Hello and welcome to another episode of your favorite podcast, Not Another Sports Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Brandon, and I'm here with my co-hosts, Kevin and Jordan.
Yo, what's up? This is Kevin.
Yes, sir. This is Jordan, and we got our guests back with us, Sean and Will.
Yes, sir.
What's up?
No, you've been here before. We don't clap for you. You're not a first-time guest. Anyway, you know how we kick it off with something positive here. I'm gonna be the first to say it. Real sports are back. It is NFL preseason. And I'm going back to the stadium this year. We in here. Fans back in the... Yes, sir. We positive. And we back in the stew. Yes, sir. What y'all got positive for this week?
Past weekend was my son's birthday and birthday party.
Yes, sir.
So,
we will clap for that one.
My boy is 1 year old, and he's healthy and big. So.
Yes, sir.
Shoot, I'm here another weekend.
Yes, sir.
I went to the Falcons game yesterday.
Yes, sir.
I'm here. The Braves are back in first place. We swept. Who did we sweep? The Reds?
No, we lost one to the Reds.
We swept somebody. I can't remember who it was. I think it was the National.
Nope, we lost one of them too.
We swept somebody, but we're back in first place. So that's good news. That's pretty much it.
Yes, sir. With that being said, we're going to pop off the weekly recap. And like I alluded to, it's the NFL preseason. So with that being said, we're going to talk about this past week's game, starting with, I guess we'll start with the Eagles game. Jalen looked pretty good. He was 3 for 9. I mean, I think he went 2 series, so it wasn't really too much we could see. And I don't really expect too much out of them this year. I know they got Atlanta week 1. Shout out to that. We'll be in the building. Yes, sir. But how y'all feel about the Eagles in their preseason game? They played the Steelers, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I say it's more about Pittsburgh than the Eagles because Pittsburgh looked very good. Dwayne Haskins came in and actually performed well, looked better than I seen him in the past 2 years. So that's a good sign for them if Ben Roethlisberger was to go down. Jalen Hurts, he looked okay. He did miss a 98-yard touchdown. Overthrew it. You got to make those game-changing, momentum-swinging, game-ending plays right there. It can build a lot of confidence in your team, and it can shut a lot of critics up if you can make those. And if you're missing those, that's a problem. But it's only the first preseason game. Sure, that's why they out there. It's preseason to warm up. So it's a cool game.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. I watched bits and pieces of it. Once they took Jalen out, I stopped watching it. I switched over to the Patriots game. But I like what I saw. I think the defense needs to step up. But, I mean, it was cool. It was a cool preseason game.
I missed that one. I watched the Steelers. I watched the Patriots game.
I saw bits and pieces of it. The first clip I seen was a Joe Flacco clip where he threw that bowl screen and everybody was acting like he was back. I was like, bro, that man's career is gone.
He did.
No, Kevin said he was elite.
He was once upon a time elite.
He was never elite.
He had one playoff run. Come on,
He was
bro.
never elite.
That was Ray Lewis' playoff run anyway. We all knew Ray Lewis was gonna walk off. Like,
Yeah, I'm not giving you elite.
He
buddy.
performed elite.
No, he didn't.
In that
He performed
playoffs.
above
Right.
average.
He had one of the best playoffs here runs.
he was
I
really
give you that.
And
I
went
give
back
you
to
that.
being
And that-
But we're not
subpar.
giving him elite though.
But at that time, in that moment,
No.
he was elite.
No, he
That's
was
elite.
not. No,
That's
he-
one of the best playoff runs
Winning
ever.
the Super Bowl doesn't make you elite. It makes
It
you
doesn't.
really good.
So you're saying
Trent
his play
Dilfer
was
won the
elite in
Super
that
Bowl, bro.
moment?
What you say?
His play was elite in that moment.
Yes.
No, it wasn't.
At times he showed me.
Okay,
elite
I give you
play.
elite in that moment.
And
No,
before-
I'm
and
not. I'm
at
not.
That, at that time, he was
I don't
performing
think
elite.
picking that in that
He didn't.
postseason.
He
That was
didn't.
good. Yeah.
That's
At that time, he was performing elite, and before that, building up to that, he was a above average, really good quarterback. The Ravens was in contention
To be
and
honest,
playoff contention
I will never
before
give
we even
Joe
hit that
Flacco
Super
above
Bowl.
average in my lifetime. Every time I see them winning, it's like, dang, that defense is crazy. I've never seen him winning and been like, yeah, that offense is amazing right now.
Well, you
They're
didn't
just
see
doing
the
great.
talent we had, because I remember we had Ray Rice, Anquan Bolden, Torrey Smith in his prime. We had
Y'all weren't
Carolina.
team.
Steve Smith, senior.
Yeah, Steve Smith. We had
You
a
talking
lot
about
of
that
talent.
Super Bowl run or the
In that Super Bowl run, he wasn't there, but we had Torrey Smith, Anquan Bolden, Ray Rice.
Torrey Smith was just he was basically
Dynamic.
Devin Hester 0.5.
He was very dynamic for us. And Quaboda was on a mission, couldn't be stopped. And Ray Rice was one of the best running backs during that time before he turned to Tyson. So
Was anybody calling Greg McElroy elite at Alabama?
That doesn't count, bro, because we weren't throwing the ball like that.
All I'm saying is
I mean,
also-
neither were the Ravens.
and also-
the Ravens weren't.
the
And
lack
also-
of interceptions thrown, and he won the national championship. I'm just saying, bro. If Joe Flacco can be elite,
Eli Manning's elite.
I'm
Why not?
very good. I give you very good, but I'm not giving you elite.
Hey,
You
man.
said who?
I said elite play in that time.
I'm not giving you that. That's what I'm debating.
Joe
I don't
Flacco
feel
did-
like he was
no.
elite in that time. I feel
That-
like he was very good,
Joe
but not
Flacco's
elite.
Super Bowl run, the way
Like,
he played was better than
tell me,
anything
like,
Eli Manning ever played in the Super
15.
Bowl.
How many
Whoa.
games they
I
played?
didn't
4
say
or
all
5.
that
They was a
now.
wild card
Yes.
team, right?
Yeah, there was a wild card.
That's 5 games, right?
I will not give
Eli
Joe
Manning.
Flacco
That's 5
elite
games?
status.
Right?
Or no,
5
it's
games.
not elite.
No, wait.
Yeah, because you got to win 2. if
Wild
you
card.
undefeated.
Wild card,
Divisional.
divisional.
Oh, there is 3 to get there, so 4.
All right, so 11 touchdowns in 4 games. That's 3.
That's not bad.
All right,
That's elite.
I'm not giving you a lead.
In the playoffs.
Very good.
In the playoffs.
He was elite in the playoffs. But
In the playoffs.
as a player,
And
All right,
before,
well,
and
for the-
before that,
for the
he
sake
was
of this
very-
argument,
he was
yes, I'll
above
give-
average. He's a really good quarterback because we had playoff runs, AFC Championship runs before we got to the Super Bowl.
For the sake of semantics,
With Joe
I give you
Flacco.
So did
elite.
Eli Manning,
But
He did.
but you won't give him his flowers.
Because Eli Manning
Yes.
never caught fire and played at that level Joe
Yes, he
Flacco
did.
did.
He
It
did.
was-
How he beat Tom
Wait.
Brady?
yes, he did.
How he
Because he was
Yes, he
cold.
did.
it was
Dude,
17
he won.
14.
Didn't he win every game on the
He had
road?
the
That was the
Then he won.
defense. A lot of the
He had the lead that they had.
So-
Whoa,
They're-
whoa, 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 whoa,
No,
whoa, whoa!
I was just about to say.
A lot
I was
of
just
it
about.
was
I was
the
just about to say the
defense.
same thing y'all was trying to say about Joe Flacco. The defense. You could say that about Eli Manning.
you
But
can't.
no, you
defense-
shut us
the
down.
defense carried a lot of Eli
listen,
Manning.
But when we
Listen,
said
listen.
that, you shut us down.
Because Joe Flacco performed at a higher level than Eli Manning ever did
But
during
Eli
that time.
also played at a very high level.
Not that level.
Smoking
Yes, he
dope.
did.
Not that
Listen,
level.
but he did.
Tom
Not
Brady twice.
17-14.
Comebacks.
Make sure they say Lakers.
Lucky.
Oh, come on.
Lucky catches.
Listen.
He threw the ball.
Listen. The
Well,
difference between Joe Flacco and Eli's performance to me is the picks, number one. But Eli was more on the clutch side a lot of his games. I feel like he had to come through in the clutch
Did you see
in a lot of
down?
games.
Did you see him escape the pocket and throw it up?
With his eyes closed. He just slung
Hey,
it.
dude.
He
Y'all
just
like
threw
Patrick
it.
Mahomes?
Did you
He
see
just
him?
threw it. He didn't know who he was throwing it to.
That's not the
Hey,
point.
And that was a better
Okay,
catch
but
than
okay,
Brown.
so
Come on
if he
now.
takes the sack, then
He
what?
did it
What are we
twice.
talking about?
It was he was Matt Ryan.
Okay, so
on,
but he
bro.
did
Did he
it.
have to go
Man,
that low?
nothing to do
Why
with
you have
it.
to go that low?
Nothing.
But my point,
I just want to put my
but
quarterback.
my
in there.
point
You know what I'm
is
saying?
he was elite. He was elite enough to get out the sack and then make the play.
It was a good play, but that doesn't.
It was an
I
elite
really
That
play.
believe
that
that. Genuinely, they both had 2 elite playoff runs, but
Joe Flacco.
I don't believe that Joe Flacco was ever an elite quarterback other than that one run. At any point in his career,
Eli
I'm not
did
gonna
it
go
twice.
back and forth again, but for
Yeah,
the sake
Eli
of this
did it twice.
argument, yes, he was elite that
At least we
one.
can say he did it twice. And it wasn't a fluke.
And he did against the Patriots twice.
Both times.
And he had an elite defense both times.
And Ray Rice and Ed Reed was slow.
No,
He did,
no,
I
no.
give you
I'm
that.
just saying, like that's what he said about.
He did
It was-
because Brady
Yeah,
was
the
on his
nice
back a
front.
lot.
The front was cool.
Yeah, I'm just saying. You said that
You know what I
about
mean.
Joe Flacco, so that's what I'm saying.
But
Like, but
Joe Flacco
and
had
Joe
Ray
Flacco
Lewis
performed,
Reed,
and Joe Flacco
like,
performed
Terrell
better
Suggs.
in those moments.
That's the line, the linebackers and safeties. We talking about Eli's defensive line.
Wasn't,
Michael Strahan and Pierre Paul.
What's his name was on that
Legends.
cornerback list too?
OCU Manure.
Oh, that
It was hard back then.
yeah, the line, the defensive line. We
What-
had
name
Ed
one
Reed,
DB they
that's
had.
No throwing. Man, linebackers.
They had that
Terrell
white dude.
Suggs.
No, they had some
Ray
DBs. I
Lewis.
forgot their name.
I can't think of one
Oh.
DB they had. No, it's
I cannot
not a
think
single
of
one.
DB that John
Can-
Stafford.
can you
I'm
think of a
trying. I'm
linebacker?
trying.
Can you think of a linebacker?
I gave you the defensive front. That was ridiculous.
I don't know.
Who did they have at linebacker?
I'ma look it
We
up.
really only know 4 people.
Who they had out?
They all the defensive line.
Hey man, I don't think they were an elite defense. I think they had an elite defensive run.
Oh, man.
Russ glad to be back.
Exactly. With that being said, we're going to move on to the next preseason game. Washington and the Patriots. I mean, nobody really expected too much out of Cam in this game. I feel like he had a couple good throws, but he played 2 series. So that first series was mud, but It is what it is. But I feel like people are overhyping. Yes, Mac played well, but I feel like people are overhyping what he did because a lot of it was screen passes. Granted, I want Mac to be playing by the time the Patriots come to Atlanta, but let's not act like he just threw the ball all over the field. Granted, one of his receivers did drop a touchdown. Yes, but I feel like I'd say maybe week 5. He'll probably be the starter then because the story has always been Cam isn't accurate. So for Cam to be the starter the whole season, he's gonna have to be much better than what he's been. But how y'all feel about the Washington preseason game? The Washington and the Patriots preseason game.
Yeah, I missed all of Cam's reps by the time I turned the game on. Well, I was watching the other game, the Eagles game. And by the time I flipped to this game, Mac was already he had just started running out and they had the standing ovation. And they was trying to make it seem like that was bad for Cam. Like, bro, you knew what you was getting into. Like, you knew they was going to give him an ovation when he came out. Like, he was the first round pick. He's the replacing quarterback. So, like, that's to be expected. But, yeah, Mac looked good. It was a lot of checkdowns, like Brendan said, but it was accurate. Like, you could tell, like, he was very decisive in what he was doing. He knew where he was going. If the first man wasn't open, he was going to the second and third read. I can't remember, but I don't think he took a sack. I'm not 100% sure. He did look mobile, and his arm did look a little weak, just a little bit. But he never really had the strongest arm at Alabama, in my opinion. And yeah, like Brandon said, he put the ball right in bruh's hands and he just dropped it. So, I mean, I don't really know what else you can do. Like, I think we're gonna talk about it later. The Dolphins game, like, it was literally the same thing when Tua threw the ball to the tight end. Like, it was supposed to be a touchdown. Bro was, well, I won't say wide open, but he was NFL wide open, and he just sat there instead of working back towards the ball. Like, once the ball is in the air, you have to attack it. It's like if you playing shortstop. If you let the ball come to you and it hit the dirt and slow down, bro, it's gonna be safe. Like, if you sit in the back of the end zone waiting on the ball, somebody's gonna pick it on the goal line. Like, it's not gonna make it to the back. So you got to attack the ball. But other than that, I felt like Mac had a really strong game. I still think Cam is gonna be the starter, probably like 2-3 weeks, and then they're gonna get an evaluation going out of that Tom Brady game. Basically, if Brady completely outplays Cam in that game, that's probably gonna be his last game.
Chase Young looked good. Got a good hit on Cam in the game. I'm rooting for Cam. I don't want to have the idea or the notion that Mac Jones would start this season. That's no hate to Mac Jones. He's the replacement. He's the future for the Patriots. But I think right now, I do believe Cam Newton can still get a team to the Super Bowl, especially run by Bill Belichick. It's just all about him just staying healthy and upright. He never was the best passer. And even when he won the MVP, he was not the best accurate passer. I think all he has to do is stay in his lane and be protected. Like, getting hit like that is not gonna help. You know, you gotta get out of there, avoid those hits, and that's something he's that's been piling up over the years on Cam, is hits. So if he can stay upright and the receivers have some production, his defense is back, I think he's going to perform well this year. I don't think this team is going to sink like everybody's saying, and Mac Jones is just going to come in and save the day. Because even if Cam Newton loses the spot, I don't think Mac Jones is going to come in and just get them to the promised land. I don't think he's that dude yet. You know, even though he looked good the other day. He performed well, but he was against third stringers, you know. So, and it's preseason. Teams go 4-0 in preseason and then will go 0-16 like the Lions did back in the day.
They did, didn't they?
So, I just think we should hold out more on Cam Newton, and I think he's going to get the job done and get this team to the playoffs. For Washington, though, Washington looked really good. Tyler Heineke. They signed him to a 2-year, $8 million deal because he performed well in the playoffs. Looked pretty good. Played the first half. I think Washington's going to win this division in the NFC East. I think they're the most complete team. Just looking at how every team performed, they came out the first week in the preseason. They just look like they got it, and everybody else still piecing it together.
Real quick, you said you think this team can go to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I'm not looking on that one.
they're a playoff team.
Yeah, I can see them going
Patriots going to the Super Bowl.
Not going. I said,
but you said you feel like he can lead
potential.
them to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I think so.
Like this team,
yes.
like currently constructed.
That's kind of crazy.
I think with the weapons they gave him,
yes.
if that offense can go into motion,
The defense is going to be straight. It's back.
I mean,
It's back. Bill Belichick going to have them straight.
Like,
They added help. The offense fits
I don't
Cam
know.
Newton.
I'm not willing to say they can't. I have to see what Nelson Aguilar and all the pieces look like. But as of right now, I wouldn't pick them to go to the Super Bowl.
I'm not picking them to go to the Super Bowl. The Ravens are my pick.
Well, no,
the
I'm
Chiefs
saying
are the
okay.
second.
Well, I wouldn't pick them to make it past the second round.
I could. I mean,
either
still
would
see that
I.
offense
They
being
could.
successful.
If they put everything together, they
Right,
could do it.
because
I just
they
don't
still
see
a
them
run
making
first
the
team.
playoffs. I don't see
I mean, I can see making the playoffs,
They
like as a
still
wild card
playing
team.
that AFC.
It's like
an
a whole
extra team. It's an
right.
extra
It's an
team
extra
now.
team in the playoffs, so I can see the playoff. I just don't see I can see a first round win maybe depending on who they play, but I don't see much more than that.
I mean, even if that's the case,
Wait,
Cam
hold on.
Newton-
Who's the division winners? Because Kansas City's more than likely gonna be the first seed, so it would
I
be
think
Buffalo,
Yeah,
Baltimore, and/or Cleveland, and
Baltimore.
then who's
Be
the
I got Cleveland.
who's the South?
yeah.
They can beat
Baker
the
Mayfield.
South. I can see them beating the South winner, but
South.
they're not gonna be high enough to
That's
play the South
Falcons, the
winner.
Saints.
The South is
So they would
Tennessee.
probably play like Buffalo or
No, you
Cleveland.
said the
Cleveland.
South. The South is Tennessee. They're
Yeah.
not beating Tennessee.
But they're not gonna be
the
high
AFC
enough to
South.
play
Okay, gotcha.
play them. They would have to be like the 5th seed to play them, and I don't see them being the 5th seed.
Yeah, they would have to win that division. Well,
No, they wouldn't have to win their division, but they would have to be the 5th seed to play Tennessee or like whoever else would win their division. But my point is, beating Buffalo or Cleveland or Baltimore, they're not gonna beat them.
I don't know. I'm not saying they are, but I'm saying there's potential in it if everything goes.
I mean, well,
right.
yeah,
That's really what I'm saying. I'm not saying
I gotta
they
see
are.
what the team. I gotta see how they perform with these new pieces because I've seen Nelson Aguilar.
I think the AFC is just a 3-team race. I think it's the Chiefs, Ravens, and Titans.
All right, bro.
gonna
All I'm
speak
saying
Buffalo.
is, if it's a house in New England on
You know what
fire,
gives me-
I don't want to see no new videos with somebody coming out there saying we caught the baby, unlike Nelson Aguilar. I don't want to see that. He better catch the ball.
I mean, look, what he did in Oakland kind of gave him a second chance. So I think
You're not wrong.
I have more faith in him than what I did in Philly. So
I mean, barely.
I mean, he did what he had to him in Oakland with that contract.
This team literally looks the same from last year.
Nah,
Patriots?
they got more. They got more.
No,
they got more
got
threats.
They have
Deontay Hightower
they have
back.
better. They have better
They
names.
have 2 more tight ends.
You got 2 more tight ends, and
And
they got a
Aguilar.
bunch of opt-outs back. So
Hey,
Which
man.
were
They got
playoff
defense or
players.
something?
They
I'm
have-
not.
the
I'm not
defense-
saying they're a
they
lot for the playoffs.
Yes.
All I'm saying is I can
I
see
would
them
take
making the
Bengals over
playoffs.
them.
This team,
The Bengals?
this team was a couple of games short of being 9-7 last year. You know, a couple
A couple games.
They're
mistakes here and there. Like a lot.
They have
like,
four. They have 4 one-possession games. They were 7-9. They could have been 11. Wait,
7 and
yeah,
9.
not
with no
If they
talent.
have great
and then
quarterback
Cam
play,
had caught
11-5.
COVID.
they're there.
wait, 11-5. They could have been 11-5 if they would have won all the
So
one-possession
the
games.
potential is there. Cam Newton is back in the system, full year.
Hey man,
No
That's a
COVID.
misleading
It's
stat too, though,
Exactly.
because a lot
I
of
mean,
NFL
I-
games are. I
Literally,
just thought
the
about that.
Falcons could be the same.
I just
I
presented
get
the
that.
stat.
I get that, but
I just had to
that's
help
a-
Kevin out.
that's
I
what
can't
they-
not know a stat and not help
we
him.
can't judge that. You know, some quarterbacks need that, some don't. You can't. Cam might be the person who need a full year under that. You know, I
agree.
can't hold that. I can't hold that. Oh, you're an NFL player. You should learn the system just like that to you, because not everybody
Nah.
the same. Everybody
I've already-
learning is still.
I genuinely
different to
believe that
everybody.
I've already
COVID
came to
hit.
the conclusion for that reason the Falcons gonna be trash. New year, new season. I mean, new system.
For that
Nah,
reason.
but Cam did genuinely believe that COVID messed him up more than what people say.
Yes, because
Because
look how he
before
was
that season,
performing.
he was doing pretty good. I mean,
He got stopped at the goal line.
Yeah, they was a run heavy offense with him in there. It's not like they were just throwing touchdowns anyway. So if they continue that and he's pre-Cam COVID,
and he rushed for 500 yards.
He wasn't hurt before that. It was the COVID.
But other than COVID, Cam is an injury-prone quarterback.
I agree.
So y'all gonna him getting a year older? Y'all want to run heavy offense with Cam leading the way?
I feel like I'm somewhere in between you and Kevin. I feel like they can make the playoffs. I'm not locking them into the playoffs. I feel like they can sneak. Sonny Michel. I don't even know why Sonny Michel is still on the roster. He don't even play. But
Damian, that's
Damian Harris took his spot, and then they drafted. Well, they still have Rex Burkhead, James White.
They got a lot of running backs.
They've always been running back by committee.
Right. But I mean, I'm saying all this to say I can see them sneaking in as the 7 seed. They're not gonna make the 6 or higher, and I could also see them finishing. Well, no, they're not gonna finish 4th.
Be quite honest with you, bro. 4th. I
could see them missing the playoffs.
I could see them around the 5-6 seed because I don't trust Miami, and I don't trust Baltimore. I don't care about what they did last year. I need to see Baker Mayfield perform.
No, he's talking about Cleveland.
I mean, I'm sorry. I said Baltimore or Buffalo?
Yeah,
you said Baltimore.
You said Baltimore, but you was right. You don't trust Baltimore. That's what you needed to say.
No. Go Ravens. I don't trust Cleveland. I'm sorry. Baker Mayfield, I have to see him play with Odell. Without Odell there, he was able to play free. Was nobody there he had to demand the ball to, stuff like that. I need to see him perform with someone that's on his level or with the ego, with all the pressure, and perform well with Odell. And until I see that, I don't have no faith in him.
I feel like even with all that turmoil, they'll still be better than the Patriots.
Cleveland is going to be great, in my opinion.
Great.
Great.
I think.
Great.
Damn, y'all just
because the way that system changed. because the way that system changed around Baker benefited him a lot.
I agree.
Like instead of being a pass heavy team, they're a play action team that runs the ball 24/7.
Can they be good?
Odell.
I
really see them winning 12 or 13 games.
I mean, Odell makes a difference, bro.
14 games is great.
You think you just gonna? I know they're gonna run the ball with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. I know they're gonna run the ball, but you think they're just gonna add Odell there and they're gonna be like, yeah, we're gonna keep doing.
What problems are they gonna have?
Yeah.
13.
You added another
losses.
If nobody was getting double covered when he was missing, you're gonna add a receiver that requires double coverage, and
that's freeing up Jarvis.
Everybody else is gonna struggle.
Hey,
I mean,
they don't have the same pressure on them now. They just have somebody watching Odell. Odell gets taken out of the game. He's running the same offense he was doing last year.
Right.
I think, and then when they got rid of Freddie Kitchens,
if Odell did not get the ball, it's going to be a problem.
Have to double cover Odell. If they don't, it's okay.
If Odell don't get the ball, it's going to be a problem. I just need to see it.
Man, gotta see it from Cam Newton.
Okay,
that's fair. The last preseason. Well, I guess we got to talk about the Falcons' preseason game since we here. We got to, but I mean, I didn't really expect much out of it anyway. I knew the starters weren't gonna play. We're learning a new system, so I didn't really put too much stock in this game anyway. So, but I can't believe AJ threw 2 picks, bro. Come on, bro. You're making us look bad. I'm just saying.
I wanted to leave.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
Tossed around.
Bruh, it's okay. He gonna have plenty of time to make up for it next week. Because we do play Miami. But, come on, bro. You at home.
Well, the plays he did make when he got out the pocket and got a couple of yards, first downs.
We still don't have no offensive line?
With the Falcons, we never have offensive
boy.
No.
I really believe that we just need a defense.
You know who was on the board, available to be taken? Penei Sewell. That's great.
Yep. But they took Kyle Pitts. Go Gators. And
I feel like they're going to use him as a receiver.
I'm sure he won't touch it.
He didn't play. But the best player on the field was a Florida Gator for the Atlanta Falcons. So, a former Florida Gator.
Oh, boy.
I know you're not going to say Felipe.
Standouts on defense. I don't know where they went to school at.
Hey, the free. I don't know his name, but it was a free safety that kept making a lot of plays that kind of had me happy because we don't have a defense. Mm-hmm. So if he can do what he did and get first rep and still continue,
we don't need
kind of proud.
I seen that. We had some nice heaps. That hit that he had when he jumped over the center and got the sack. To see that up close, the way they boom.
I need our defense to actually show up this year. If we genuinely have a defense, because watching the game, I know we had a couple sacks and we couldn't get to the quarterback at all last year. So if we can continue doing that and not just show it in the preseason, we'll be pretty good.
The problem is our defensive line gets tired in the second half. We can never get pressure in the second half.
I ain't gonna cap. If your name ain't Grady Jarrett, I don't believe in you in the defensive line.
I can see why you said it.
Yeah, y'all gonna be some mid again.
I prefaced it by that. I already know.
And just looking at the division, y'all
10-7.
It's just gonna look
10-7.
10-7.
10-7.
Mark my words.
10-7.
So do I have to do the thing that I did in the chat last year, where y'all would lose a game and then I would say, "Well, 10-7." I got to do that again.
Wow.
10-7 for real.
After that,
bro.
Hey man, that's high
So
expectations.
10-7. What that means? Y'all think y'all coming third in the
10-7. We might
division?
have-
no, because I don't believe in Jameis Winston at all.
Why?
It's Jameis Winston.
A dude who throws for 30 touchdowns. I don't care. He threw
And 30 picks.
Okay, yes, he throw 30 interceptions, but
Let me tell you.
potential. Like y'all don't see potential
Look, our
in the
first
people.
I do see potential.
If you throw 30 touchdowns in the National Football League, you
but
got
then-
some
Let me ask
talent.
you.
See, your thing is you be going off of potential. Then when they don't show up, well, what was you supposed to expect? They never did it before.
Listen,
No.
Yes.
the last time we played Jameis
The
Winston as a
numbers.
starter, you know how that game ended? An overtime interception that we won because of Jameis Winston. That was his 30th pick. You want me to believe in that after that?
You got a point.
Hey man,
With
I
a
don't have
year-
any expectations on Jameis. We're gonna talk about him later.
Would
but
he-
I feel like he can be decent.
But with
In
the
a new
team that
system?
they said they didn't trust for Cam Newton.
The only thing
we played the same.
A year under Drew Brees and Sean
Oakland,
Payton, new
we played
system.
The Eagles, then we played
Drew
the Bucks,
Brees.
then we played the Giants, then we played Washington, then we played the Jets, then we played the Dolphins.
I mean, I don't. I said
those
y'all.
L's.
I said y'all should be able to fight for
The Giants?
the division.
The Giants, Washington, and the Dolphins.
Losing to Washington.
We're not losing.
I don't know.
Losing to Miami.
Please.
You
Tyler
still have to
Heineke
use
had
it.
one
The
good
only
game
thing-
for some days.
Wait,
One Tyler Heineke had one good game.
No, Washington.
I'm about to say
Not even
Washington
started,
has to
right?
get Ryan
Ryan
Fitzpatrick.
Fitzmagic
is
is gonna start.
Huh?
We still got to figure out what Ryan Fitzpatrick they have because Fitzpatrick is just.
Hey, man,
one day
all-
Fitzpatrick,
I don't think Ryan Fitzpatrick gonna start.
He is.
He started.
is.
He's got to start. You
Why
don't,
would they-
I don't think
why
he's a
would
guy
he
that you
not?
don't pick up to not start.
I don't know.
All I'm saying
Why would you
is,
sign him?
I can see Jameis being decent in a new system,
5-1.
but I don't know. Only reason I can't see them being good is because they don't have slant ball.
We played at fourth.
Like
What
they
he gonna
literally.
do?
We're playing
I
a
mean,
fourth place.
he was
schedule.
literally their only offense other
Got a
than Kamara.
chance.
But he,
We didn't see Matt Ryan and Kyle Pitts yet, and we didn't see Calvin really by himself yet. So, and then we have Russell Gage, Sterling Sharp, like, bro.
We're
I'm
gonna-
just saying. Every time I
We
see,
just don't have a running back that I trust.
To be honest,
Mike
offensively,
Davis.
I never worry
Cordell
about this.
Patterson.
It's always
That's what
defense.
we
What about Mike Davis?
Cordell Patterson do play.
You trust Cordell Patterson more than Mike Davis?
Yes.
Wow.
I
Cordell
wouldn't say
Patterson
that.
going to the Hall of Fame off his punt return, kick return.
Hey man.
I'm glad you finished the okay.
Yeah.
At least Kyle Lowry going. At least we agree Kyle Lowry going.
Anyway, the last game we're gonna talk about is the one Jordan's been most hyped about. The Miami Dolphins and the Chicago Bears. They're
Yes,
currently
indeed,
playing.
Steven.
But Tua played what, like the first quarter?
Something like that.
Yeah, pretty much the whole first quarter. Shout out to Jalen Waddle. He had a 26-yard punt return.
Yes, sir.
I didn't really get to see what Justin Fields was doing because we had to come record. But yeah, I'm just excited the NFL is back. So this is why we're talking about this. How you feel about it, sir?
Yeah, this has been a good game. My boy Tua came out looking accurate. He had a big play to Gesicki, got him down to the goal line. I think they, for whatever reason, they decided to run the ball 3 straight times. I guess they was working on their goal line running because they really have new running backs. So I could see why that makes sense. But yeah, they got a field goal out of it. And then he had another big play to another tight end. I can't remember his name, but it got called back on holding. So he had 2 big passes. He looks accurate. He looks a little bit more confident, more comfortable in the pocket this year. So that'll be interesting to see. And then Justin Fields. I said it once. I'll say it again. I believe he's going to have the best career out of this draft class of quarterbacks. I feel like he's NFL ready, and he got put in the best system out of all the quarterbacks. Maybe the 49ers, but we'll see. Because they did get really hurt last year, and they are in a really tough division, so we're going to see how that shapes out. But he came in, made 2 completions on the first drive, came in the second drive, had a good run, and then I can't remember what happened after that. My phone cut off. But, yeah, so that's what I'm watching now. I have it on in one ear.
Shout out that boy Alex Ogletree, Noonan High School.
Yes, sir.
Always, at every level he's played at, he's always jumped off the screen. So. And he almost single-handedly beat Alabama in the SEC championship game in 2012. Roll Tide.
Justin Fields actually just he just scrambled for his first touchdown.
Let's go.
Like literally, the score is 13-10 with 9:45.
What's his stats looking like?
He's Justin Fields is 11 for 16 with 106, and Tua was 8 for 11, 99 yards, and he should have had the touchdown like I mentioned, but bruh decided he wanted to turn his curl into it. Huh?
Gesicki dropped it?
No. Well, he didn't even drop it. He literally was standing there waiting on the ball, and then the DB came in front of him and took it.
I really pray Tua does well this season.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Tua. I like Tua.
There's so many young quarterbacks that I'm hoping like just go crazy this year. Like I really want to see what Trey Lance. I didn't really watch Trey Lance in college, so I want to see what the hype is about because I ain't seen him really play yet. But
I think it's that system.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not rooting for Trey Lance's. I'm not hoping he fails, but I'm not actively rooting for his success. I felt like it was 2 other quarterbacks I would have rather seen in that system. I definitely would have rather seen Justin Fields in that system. And then I felt like Mac, if you didn't go with Justin Fields, I feel like Mac would have been the better choice.
Man, they should have got Deshaun Watson.
Who, the 49ers?
Yes.
Man.
I mean, I'm more than sure they tried.
No, I'm saying the chips should have fell.
Houston got him locked up.
For nothing.
He ain't going nowhere. Especially with everything going on.
They keep saying that Andy Dalton is going to be the starter. Yeah, I don't see that
at all.
Andy Dalton for sure is going to play 4 games and be going.
It's literally impossible. Like, this man, Andy Dalton had 2 drives. They were both 3 and out. This man, Justin Fields, gets on the field. He has 1 3 and out. And ever since then, every drive has been at least 5 plays. Like, he's literally moving the ball. With Andy Dalton, they were going nowhere.
You also have to see what they look like, what he could look like against starters.
I mean, he was going against starters.
Was he? No, he came in like the 3rd drive.
Who, Dalton? Or,
no,
Fields.
Fields.
I'd rather have Fields. Even I ain't seen him against no starters, but I'd still rather have him.
I mean, but let's be real. Are the starters that Andy Dalton went against, are they the starters?
Man, we got 2 more preseason games. Let's see what he look like.
Hey, man. All I'm saying is that he'll get a game or 2.
I ain't never had faith in Andy Dalton. So
maybe 3, but
Andy Dalton was once a Pro Bowl.
If Andy Dalton is the starting quarterback past week 4, week 5, they might as well just go ahead and throw the season away.
Hey, man, we've seen quarterbacks revitalize their career.
I said what I said.
That's all I'm saying.
Just go ahead and
look at that
ball it up and Kobe into the trash can.
Anyway, we're going to switch gears. We're going to move over to NBA free agency. I guess we're going to start with the Lakers. They signed Russ. Well, they have Russ. Who else did they get? They got Melo. I'm not sure.
Malik Monk.
Can I ask y'all?
Shout out to Malik Monk.
Real quick, because everybody has rather a super team or not. What do y'all think the Lakers are? Are they?
They're an
right
old
now?
Super team.
Yeah.
They're an old super team. Let's go.
That's what the old. So when they lose, they be like, oh, they old. So when they win, they're gonna say, oh, super team.
I don't believe that at this rate, at this age, they are a super team.
No. We're not doing this. They were literally superstars in their prime.
In their prime.
That's not the point, bruh. We're not doing this.
That's like.
Russ not better than like 90% of the rest of point guards in the league.
Yeah, I was about to say
Russ
literally top 4 point guard in the league.
At their positions, they have the top 3 to 5 players at almost every position.
And we're not gonna act like Melo ain't still Melo.
Like we can't.
Yeah.
Melo is
still Melo.
Melo still
he can still be Melo, but his role is longer is to not be Melo.
Right?
No, his role is to come in and get buckets now.
Right.
His role is to be the 6-man scorer off the bench. That's not
fine.
Melo.
Yes.
That's not Melo.
Bro, they
That's
are
Melo
they
get
not
buckets.
Now it's
Super
Melo.
team.
But his role is to not. If he plays with the starters, he's a catch and shoot
That don't
player.
make him not
My point was,
I didn't say he's not
15.
5. I
My
ain't say
point
he's not
was-
5. I said his role is to not be Melo.
my point was
That's
Melo
what I'm
can
saying.
still get buckets. That's
Yeah.
what I was saying. And he gonna be Melo. Melo gonna get buckets.
I guess, Sean.
He's
So
a
are they the
hater.
best team in the league right now on paper?
Yes.
To me,
So how
this
is
is-
it not
no.
a super team?
It
No.
is a super team.
I'm
I
confused.
guess.
I still believe the Nets are the best team on
How?
paper.
That's
On
a super
paper,
team.
all the way through thick.
The Nets
Pull
is
up their
super
bench,
team.
and then you tell me if that bench look better than the Lakers bench.
Are we getting
The
JJ?
Lakers
But
don't have
nobody's
Kendrick Nunn.
arguing that though.
I'm
I'm just
Literally
saying, like,
nobody.
that's what
Are
I'm
we
saying. Like,
getting
it's
JJ
just-
ready?
Call them
That's what I
super
need to
teams.
know. I saw that earlier, and I didn't know.
You just
how
call
true
them
it
all
was.
super teams.
On what team? You want JJ Redick on what team?
The Lakers.
I don't know
But
if you
now
take
we
it
sitting
JJ
here
Redick
crying
on
about
that
why
team.
it's not a super team.
I'm like, bro, are we kidding?
Like, are we serious?
Hey man, I never said it wasn't.
I didn't say it wasn't.
Who else?
Sean said it
That,
was.
they just signed 6 people.
I said at this point in their
Six-
career, if we
I
brought
mean,
it back,
but that's irrelevant. Literally, like
Who?
I'm sure they was picked up because
Actually, this is like the most combined All Stars from players
Like,
all
are we-
time.
that
though.
makes
Like,
that's literally the definition of a super team.
Slick, like four of the players got
Like,
like
nobody ever
five
sat here
plus
and watched.
All-Stars.
Like when the 04 Lakers were a super team, nobody sat there and said, "Oh, they're old. They're out of their primes. They're not super." Like,
I don't even know
they
about
were
that. 'Cause,
literally
I mean,
called
Gary
super
Payton,
teams.
but
then
Gary
again,
Payton with
Carmelo-
the
Like,
win.
yes,
but then again,
people-
Carmelo just
people
had a
brought
season
up
of
their
averaging
age.
22.
Think
Yeah.
about
That's
think
a
about
total-
how old the NBA was back then, though.
But nobody sat there and said they're not a super team because they're old. They just said they're old and they're a super team.
Carmelo
but now
just
since
came off a
LeBron
season
has an
averaging
old
23.
super team, we're trying to differentiate.
Yeah,
What'd you
like,
say?
Russ
That's my
has missed
point.
a triple double.
I missed it. What did you say?
Russ has missed a triple double, right?
Like
Yeah.
he literally
Yeah.
4 out of the last 5 years. He averaged 23, 15, and 10 down the past All-Star
On top
game
of
last year.
LeBron, who's
Like
the
literally
greatest player to
last
touch the ball,
year.
right?
Indeed.
And then AD is what, top 3 big man in the league?
Hey man, some folks were saying
Boy.
he was gonna win the MVP last year.
You should have.
He should, yeah.
But
Stay
last
healthy.
year.
Regular.
Did y'all see him before he got hurt?
Who? 80?
Yes. Like, was he in anybody's
So y'all
MVP
have
wish
to
list?
keep out in mind that AD won't average like 25 again next year or 20?
He won't.
Who's
Yeah.
saying that?
Because I don't see how y'all are
I don't
seeing
think
that
he's
they're not
average-
super.
I think
Nobody is saying that, but
No,
yeah.
I didn't say they
AD
wasn't.
not averaging 25.
I mean, you
popped it out.
insinuated it.
You
You
popped it
just
out
refused
saying-
to say it because you know we're gonna push back on it. That's
You did pop
really
it
the
out.
only reason why.
We-
What is you talking about? I said that's what y'all gonna consider it. If
I mean-
if the
I mean,
Brooklyn-
yes, that's basically you saying, well, just to appease y'all, I'll call them a super team.
No, because it is what it is. If the Brooklyn Nets is a super team, I'm gonna just call the Lakers a super team because I can get why you would say it is.
So yeah.
But so I'm not arguing the point. Y'all arguing
are.
at me. Sean the one who said it wasn't a super
No,
team.
I really believe
At
that.
the age, y'all coming at me. Y'all just
Saying,
like
look,
Okay,
Because I knew where this was going when Sean said it, so I'm directing it at you.
I wasn't even engaging in it.
Yes, you were.
Barely.
I tried to speed past it. I said they're an old super team. Let's move on.
So
But
if we're
nobody
doing
wanted
that,
to hear it.
What
in
else
my
happened?
opinion, then it's like this: the Nets are the super team, and the Lakers are super team on paper.
It's
Bruh,
levels
I
to
said-
super
bruh,
teams.
I
Yes,
said
we
that
know.
like 2 weeks ago.
If we're
It's
putting it like
levels to
that, if
super
y'all
team.
talking like that, I think the Lakers are a super team on paper, but the Nets are like a real active super team.
How?
Because they're younger. That's what he's saying.
Oh boy.
That's what I
Offensively,
heard.
they're unstoppable if you have all 3 of them.
All I'm saying is, I remember
No,
when
don't
folks.
even acknowledge it. But
It
I
is
just
because-
said.
So
They
Lakers
genuinely
would
had-
not be unstoppable.
He
offensively?
literally
Listen,
just said that
genuinely.
you're younger. That's literally what I heard.
So we gonna act like that whole net season they did not have a problem defensively, but we're beating every team, right?
But you're saying
I don't
that
think
that's
they had a
what-
problem
that doesn't-
They
defensively.
did because people were talking about they need another.
I mean,
center,
yeah,
and they
but
needed
people were
team
talking about it, but
defensively.
did we
Their
actually
defensive
sit there and
ratings
watch
dropped
the game?
immediately? Yes.
Did we
the
actually
same
sit
thing
there and
applies
watch
to
the
the
game
Lakers.
and say
Yes,
they
because
suck
their
on defense?
Yes.
that
I
same
did.
Their
thing
defensive
applies-
teams literally stopped. Their defense ratings literally dropped.
That applies to the Lakers, right?
You said what?
Offensively, if they have all 3 of them. They're stoppable. AD, Russ, and LeBron. Where are you stopping them at?
Russ is not
3-point line.
known to be a shooter.
That's why they have the 2 people that we like.
Yeah.
Which is why I kept asking about JJ.
That's
Right?
what I'm saying. Like,
They have to
league
get a
long,
JJ Redick.
They have.
They don't have
long
JJ
who
Redick
gone
yet.
crazy
They picked
in
up
the D
Snake.
League. They have
Snake can shoot.
more. Like, what are we talking about?
Kendrick
Carmelo?
Nunn.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm like, who the snake?
Yeah.
Anyway,
They
what
might
else
pick up
happened? in
Isaiah
free
We
agency?
couldn't
Thomas.
even name one person off the.
He's not a shooter. He can get
So
buckets.
Harris?
But
That man IT gonna come in and dribble the.
What?
Yeah.
What's Jordan boy name? Claxton.
Okay.
Claxton. What about him? I didn't hear the
They
setup.
have Marcus.
I was talking about Snake. What?
Now he said, "Can you name one person off their bench?" Now it's like
THT?
No, on the Nets bench.
The Nets bench.
I mean,
Shannon Brown or whatever his name was.
I mean, all I'm saying is I literally remember y'all crying about Blake Griffin and LaMarcus Aldridge going to the Nets, and now it's just sweep under the rug when Malik Monk and who else?
I did not just
Are you
compare
comparing
Malik
Malik Monk to
Monk. You did
Blake
not just compare
Griffin?
Malik Monk to Lamar Jackson.
Did you not call Blake Griffin trash for like 3 straight months?
Did he play like trash?
He did.
All right.
Did he not?
He genuinely
All right,
came
come
out
on.
the cake.
What
Like, he was
else
not
happened?
What's the
hurt.
next team?
What else
but you
happened?
just
Let's talk about
compared
Dennis Schroeder now. Dennis
Malik
Schroeder dropped the
Monk to
bag.
Blake
Oh, yeah.
Griffin?
Dennis Schroeder
We
definitely
haven't
dropped the
talked
bag.
Hey, I
Dennis
wanna know
Schroeder
what-
dropping the bag.
What was genuinely going on in his mind when he saw 80 mil and said no?
Because he thought he was going to
You
get.
thought he was gonna get
100.
100.
He was using this. He was using this year to springboard him to a bigger contract.
Did he
But
see how he played in the finals? I mean,
that
in the
was-
playoffs.
He had already declined that offer like earlier in the season.
I can paint the picture of when this happened. I was outside walking Melody, and I was listening to the Odd Couple when they broke the news that Dennis Schroeder turned down the max deal. For some reason, they was also talking about KCP. So I texted the chat. I was like, KCP just turned down the offer. Do you think he gonna regret it? And then Kevin said something, and then Will said something else that made me realize that I was talking about KCP instead of Schroeder. So I was like, nah, I meant Schroeder. He turned down the deal. And then Kevin was like, I mean, it was kind of dumb, but I think he's still going to get it from somebody, but I don't know who. I was like, literally the only 2 teams that need a point guard are the Celtics and the Knicks. I mean, not the Celtics. The Knicks and the Bulls. And I know Lonzo going to the Bulls, so he really just got the Knicks.
Knicks got Kemba Walker.
Right. So, like, once they got Kemba Walker, it was a wrap. So, I kind of saw this coming. I thought that if he was going to get his money, it was literally just going to be from the Knicks.
And word on the street from Ramona Shermer, I'm sorry if I got your name wrong, but she said the Lakers even offered Dennis Schroeder another contract after the season. That's more than $6 million. And he turned it down. It was like a year deal for like almost like 15, 18 mil. He turned that down. He turned another big deal down.
Wait. He turned down a deal.
Even when they got Russ, they still, like that's what she said. Even with Russ, they still was going to sign him to another year of 15, 18 mil.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying that. Well, he's still dumb, but I kind of get it at that point because he felt like he wasn't going to be able to shine and be able to flip that deal.
But he played with Russ before.
Honestly,
My only thing is, not with.
honestly, when has he ever been able to shine?
But
Huh?
honestly, when has he ever been able to shine?
I don't
In
think
Atlanta.
that Boston.
how did that do for us?
I don't think he's gonna be able to shine in Boston the way he thought he was gonna be able to. Like, it would be about the same shine in LA as it would have been in Boston.
He's the third option. wherever he's gonna go.
I think the goal, because he's gonna get a bigger contract after this season if he just goes out there and performs like the regular Dennis Schroeder. I think the Boston Celtics is going to be a jump for him because now he's playing with shooters. He can,
But
I
who
think
needs
it's going to
a
have
point guard?
I think
Who needs a point guard?
I don't know. We got to see as the season progresses, but I do think he's going to bounce back. From
I'm just
the
saying,
$6
like,
million
right
he
now.
got. And
Right now, who needs a point guard? Other than this,
Indiana,
don't they have Karis LeVert?
he plays shooting guard. Doesn't
Yeah, I think they had Malcolm Brogdon too. So
he
I don't-
played shooting
I
guard.
don't know. I don't
One
know.
of them played the one and the
Like,
two.
they both.
I mean, that's
out
literally
of position.
See, but you
know
get
it's
my point
positionless.
though. There's literally only 1 or 2 teams that need him.
Yeah, I mean,
So I mean, once he realizes that,
Unless he-
then he's gonna be okay.
Now, if he can get Boston to a top 3 seed and perform well and make an All-Star game with
I mean,
them,
but-
he's gonna get signed a long-term
So-
deal with the Celtics. So probably a 1 or 2 year deal. Probably not a 1 year deal. Probably like them half and half deals, I guess they call them. Like, I think he's in the right spot to bounce back. I'm not feeling sorry for somebody who turned down $80 million but still get $6 million. That's more than anybody touching their lifetime. So you still winning. You might bounce back if you do what you do.
The one thing I want to say is I'm going through the list of people who have $100 million contracts, and I don't think his name fits in that criteria. If I'm being perfectly honest, everyone on here, other than the only one I see that might be out of
Vucevic
way.
got $100 million, I think.
Okay. Well,
They
I
need
don't.
him in Orlando.
Well, he's in Chicago, but
well,
I
Chicago,
like.
but
I
I-
like that signing. That's not a. I would pay him. I mean, he does more than what Schroeder does.
100 million?
I mean, but he does more.
I mean,
I'm not. I don't know the price. I'm just saying, like, if you're asking me to pay one of those two players, I would pay Vucevic before I pay Schroeder.
That's solidified big man. It's hard to find.
Right. I feel like I can find another Schroeder before I can find another Vucevic.
Rudy Gobert is making $200 million.
But I mean,
didn't he win Defensive Player of the Year like
deserved it.
3 or 4 times?
Yeah.
After the last 3.
Jordan.
Oh no!
Stats matter when it comes to contract. Stats matter when it comes to
I don't want to hear
contract.
that because you did the exact same thing with Ben Simmons. I don't want to hear that.
The person,
Stats
I'm about to say
matter
the
when
only
it comes
person
to
that don't
contract
deserve
talk.
this is Gordon Hayward. Everybody on this list, you can put an argument that they
Do
deserve
that
this $100 million.
every week.
Gordon Hayward deserved $100 million once upon a time.
Once upon a time.
You're just saying that because you like to play with Utah on 2K.
Hey, he used to be hooper at 2K. I ain't gonna
Like that guy, I think $80 million was even a bit much for him. He
Who?
probably should have got 60.
Was Dennis Schroeder?
He probably should
Nah,
have got
I
like
think
a 4-year 60.
I think $80 million was just right coming off of $6 million a year coming to the
man.
Lakers. They said he messed up the energy coming in there, demanding that he was the point guard and stuff like that. He's the starting point guard.
Yeah.
And if you look at the numbers, his numbers didn't necessarily drop all the way off. He averaged 15, then he dropped down to 14. He averaged 33% from 3. It was still 33% from 3. I think, I don't know. I just think the way he came into the Lakers, he just didn't sit well and vibe well with the team and the organization. They basically said it was doomed from the start. So I don't.
I wonder who said that, like in the preseason when he said that he wanted to be the starting point guard.
I heard that
I can't remember.
Kyle Kuzma said that he butt head with Kyle Kuzma. Why do we care what Kyle Kuzma thinks?
Because Kyle Kuzma, I mean,
Kyle Kuzma is a pivotal role who's gonna swing a playoff series.
He is a 3-and-D. Okay, he's a good 3-and-D player, but if you're the head coach of the team, do you genuinely care that much if he's butting heads with Kyle Kuzma?
But look at it. Look
He's
at
a
it like
pivotal role who's gonna swing a
look
playoff
at
series.
it. Look at it like this. Look at the team 2 years in the bubble that won the championship. Those guys, like, you could tell like they genuinely liked each other. You could tell like that was a team. Like they was happy to win that championship together.
Yeah.
Like they went through it together.
Yeah.
Fast forward to this team, they done wiped out the whole championship team besides like 3 players, you know. Now you bring in a whole new crew, and on paper and on talent and what we seen,
It
it looks better. It should be a repeat or it should be something close. Yes, I get that. But you take that away, you bring in this whole new cast, and this person coming in over Caruso, who just put in the dog work, who they call Baby Goat, come in there and say, I'm the starting point guard. You know what I'm saying? You come in there and Kuzma, he's a champion now. Kuzmania. You come in, but sit down, I'm taking your shots. You know what I'm saying? Montrezl Harrell come in, you know, Marcus all crying because he's not the starting center no more. It's like, what's going on? I'm supposed to be here. You done brought in this guy. You know, the chemistry. You done messed up a lot of the chemistry. Now LeBron got to put his trust in these guys, and these guys coming in here, they can't even get along with these other guys. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Davis injury prone. Like, it just wasn't set up to win.
I think the reason I'm saying why would I care about what Kyle Kuzma thinks is because I know he's pivotal, but in my brain, his minutes are already under LeBron and AD because he plays the same position. Rather he's playing the small forward or he's playing the 4. So he's not really the guy that I would care if he's gonna butt heads and go to the gym.
But look at him when he was in the game. A lot of people was like he was causing them L's because how he was playing. He looked like he mentally wasn't there. Also, it wasn't just them. It was also Montrezl Harrell. You got in KCP. Now you got other people taking up minutes. So Kyle Kuzma probably couldn't get in. I get what you're saying. Kyle Kuzma did play like trash. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, but you still gotta be subjective and look at it. You know, and just at all costs and taking it all in. Like, that probably could have been something that mentally messed him up. Like, I'm coming off a championship, and now I got Montrezl Harrell taking minutes. We got Marcus All taking minutes. We brought in Andre Drummond. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of that just.
Now, I don't have the stats in front of me.
It sounds like something I was saying like a week or 2 ago.
It sounds like something I was saying before the season started.
I don't have the stats in front of me, but I'm pretty sure Kyle Kuzma mentally checked out once Frank Vogel came in. That year that Brandon Ingram and them got traded, that next year, and he was supposed to be the 3rd option to take off. Yeah, whole year we was like, where are they going to get a 3rd option from? Because he was doing the same thing he was doing last year. In my opinion, he didn't bring anything different that was just like, he got to stay on the team.
So it's hard for somebody to play when they're mentally disturbed, when their balance is gone.
I didn't.
Nah, yeah.
I didn't. Hey, I didn't.
remember that day.
In my opinion, wait, I never disagree with you.
Oh, no. It's not for you.
But it was a different topic. We
No, we gonna talk about Kuz, bro.
You was talking about
And I
Kuzma.
said something about him not being able to play because of him not being in peace and balance.
Yes, but I was making the claim that he did play trash. I said it right now. I said it.
Yeah,
he
he
did
agreed.
play like
He-
trash. There's no excuse. But I gotta be at this
Hilarious.
point.
When I said that he could go somewhere else and shine because he's not being disturbed and he probably is at peace because he wants to be there, you said that that's impossible. He's trash.
Hey man, all I'm saying is
That's crazy.
I'm glad you
rejected.
mentioned Montrezl Harrell a couple of times because I definitely said his name, called him out at the beginning of the season when y'all signed him. I said I don't think that he's gonna fit. You saw why he got kicked off of the Clippers, so he's definitely gonna bring that same exact energy in there.
It wasn't his fault.
I don't think. Yeah, I'm about to say.
I mean, it wasn't not his fault.
It wasn't his fault the Clippers lost.
It wasn't not his fault.
I think genuinely, he would have fit perfect if AD was healthy that season because he was meant to play the small ball forward and have AD at the 5.
Did you see
AD
him on
do
the
not
court?
want to play the 5.
That's the
Montrezl
only
Harrell
way
was out of
Montrez
place.
is gonna work. So you can have Montrez at the 4 and AD at the 5, and that would actually be a good team because you don't pick up Montrez for defensive purposes. He's just like a junkyard dog that's gonna get you offensive rebounds and put up,
I
second chance
I never
points.
looked at him as no lockdown defender. And
Like,
anything
no
that.
one picked him
He
up
was
and
getting
stuff like
cooked.
that.
He was getting cooked by
So
Maxi
when-
Kleber.
That's what I'm saying. So when AD went down, and then they kind of shifted him into that AD role of like play this way defensively, he was just like trash.
Well, I kind of thought he was trash before that, but nobody seems to remember any of the games that happened before AD got hurt for some reason. But I mean,
He was unplayable.
yes, he literally had DMPs late in the. I remember texting Brandon. It was like I can't remember who it was. I want to say it was Dallas or it was somebody that they needed to win the game, and Montrez got a DMP. I was like, yep. That's going to come back to bite y'all in the playoffs. He getting DMPs in important games. That's not going to sit well with him. And then I remember saying he going to take that clutch deal, and then it's going to come back to bite him. And now he got shipped out to Washington. All I'm saying is I know somebody else that took a clutch deal, and now they got like 4 or 5 other point guards in there, and they looking for some other ones to bring in. So you better be careful about that clutch deal. You better be. Once you get your 5 minutes, you better come in and make it count because you will be in Indiana, like Kevin said. They need a point guard. So,
At least you get them paid though before they ship them out.
I think
Some of them. Most of them.
didn't what's it called make like $3-4 million this year?
Who?
Snake.
Kendrick Nunn.
Yeah.
I mean, but you gotta look at what Kendrick Nunn was coming off.
Okay,
of, though.
but my point is, you saying they shipped them off with money.
KCP.
Where did Schroeder?
Yes.
KCP got his money in LA.
That's what I'm saying.
He did.
I thought you
Shipped them
talking
off.
about, yeah.
I mean, but my
Ben
point.
Simmons got his money. They finna ship him off.
No,
He
I
don't
mean,
need
yeah,
that
he'll
money.
get you money, but I mean, not everybody. Didn't D-Wade take less several times? Didn't
He
Kevin
wasn't with
Love
Clutch.
take less? No, you saying that he got well. My point is the teammates and all the people around him taking. I wasn't saying specifically Clutch. I'm saying the Clutch
okay.
deal. It was,
Okay,
but-
my bad. I think you talking about like
no,
Clutch.
not Clutch clients. I'm saying like the league minimum come to us because we need you and we not gonna pay you type deals.
Okay,
Yeah.
got you now.
But
What else happened in free agency? We've been talking about the Lakers for like 20 minutes.
I mean that was pretty much it. The Bulls, if y'all want to talk about them.
I want to know how y'all feel about Kyle Lowry because I know.
Yes,
Kevin
the
hated
two
it.
Heat fans in here.
Oh yeah, we talked about this last week.
Why we gotta
That's a
talk
hit
about
for
Kyle
us.
Lowry?
Because I have different opinions probably.
He buns, and we gonna be buns. And I don't know why everybody keep talking about we gonna be 5. We not. We gonna be a 3-4 seed, losing first, second round.
I
Y'all
can
are-
see 4th or 5th.
Y'all are
That-
dangerous to
that's
me.
Dangerous.
No, like your team. Genuinely, I think like y'all are.
Center.
Yes,
they do
we
need a center. But
We
that
need
team is still
depth.
dangerous.
No,
If Vic Oladipo comes back and
Stop
he's
it.
Vic Oladipo,
Stop it.
the team is dangerous.
we've been saying that for 5 years.
No, I want to hear that. No, I don't want to hear that. I literally said that all last year, and you were still hyping him up.
I said we've been saying that for 5 years.
You
bro.
wasn't saying it last year. You skipped a year, apparently.
Majority,
Vic is
like,
still that guy.
people was
He's just
having
never
hope, bro.
healthy.
Like,
Vic is still that guy. Come on.
How? If he's
No, he's not.
When he
not.
comes back.
No, he won't. He
He's
won't
never
come back.
He's never
not coming back.
He's never not come back and not done what he's
How
had.
old-
Yes, he did last
He
year
did
when
it
he
in
came back.
Houston.
he got hurt.
he did.
And
He
he
did
did
perform
Miami
well
had
in
to.
Houston.
He literally
Indiana
played
had
like
to.
2 quarters.
No, in Indiana
Like
he did
2
what he had
weeks.
to. In Houston he did what he had to. Then he got to Miami and said, "Out my knee." Right?
That
He
man
said
got-
out my knee everywhere.
Did you see the play he got hurt on though? Did you
Yes.
see the dunk?
Yes.
The most simplest. You think I trust him to come back and play at a high level if I just seen him
Damn,
on
this
the?
sounds so familiar.
Hey, my man, I thought he was gonna goddamn perform last year. I don't even know what to say. I thought Miami was the spot. Then he came to Miami and did.
No, he's not
I
it.
think it's.
Stop holding on to
Perfect.
Orlando Vic. He's
I really
not
believe this is the perfect time for him to come back.
No.
Y'all can bring him in slowly because y'all have the depth for it at the
Do
two.
we?
The one and the
We
two,
got
y'all
depth.
definitely do.
Do we?
Bruh, this
What?
man has
'Cause
my
listen,
knees, bro. I don't think you
Miami
understand
at
that.
the 1 and the 2 have
What?
enough depth. For him to, Miami at the 1 and 2 have enough depth for him to come back. Slowly.
Who's our backup point guard?
Y'all can run Tyler at the 1.
Oh my!
Listen.
Bro,
Did
Sean-
even then y'all run.
Did you see Tyler Hero?
Sean.
You see? Let me give you a rundown of how Tyler Hero plays point. They throw him the ball.
Y'all don't-
He gets pressed at half court.
I love Tyler
He
Hero,
gets
but-
weak and he loses the ball.
Y'all don't
and
have
they
to
go
genuinely
dunk.
run him
I
at the
love
1.
Tyler
Y'all are
Hero.
gonna have him bring the ball up. He's
No.
not gonna literally run the 1
He cannot
because
bring
even
the ball
then y'all
up.
can
So
have
then
Jimmy
you
in the
have
ball.
him at the 2.
He can't bring the
Then
ball
y'all
up.
have
I'm so
Duncan at the
confused.
2.
He can't
Y'all
bring-
can run Duncan at the 2 and have him wait to come back.
Wait, oh my. So
Tyler
you're saying
Hero is
have
weak
you
as
can't
hell.
play
At the-
Tyler? You can't have Tyler and Duncan on the court at the same time because there's no playmaking.
But I'm saying while Vic is hurt, y'all have enough depth at that 2 for him to wait.
But we
and
don't,
sit when he's
though.
healthy.
No, we
yes,
don't.
you do.
No,
You
we
have
don't.
Duncan
No.
and Tyler.
Duncan playing only he shoot threes. He's not doing
But if they're
nothing
both
else.
That's
scoring at
only
the same
2.
time, then-
That's what I'm saying. Y'all don't need him at the same time. So why would he come back?
But you're
'Cause
saying
when Tyler's
we have
off,
the
Duncan's
depth.
off.
3 guards, and that's depth.
Yes, we
At
literally
the
have
2,
3
he plays
guards.
the 2.
We only have 2 at the 2. We only have
Y'all
Tyler
have 2
and
that are
Duncan.
good enough to start on any other team. That's
Who?
what I'm saying.
Who?
Y'all don't think Duncan and Tyler could start on any other team?
No.
Not any other
Duncan
team.
Robinson can probably start on most teams,
On
not
the-
any
what I'm
other
saying,
team.
any
other
Tyler
team, I'm
Hero
saying
can probably start on.
Tyler Hero can't even start on our team.
Exactly. Come on,
Duncan
now.
Robinson at the 2.
No, like,
Vic, I feel like this team is good enough for Vic to wait until he's fully healthy and come back and be Vic.
I mean, good enough for what? It's the Eastern Conference, bro. Of course, we are a top 5 team in the East. We're the Heat.
I don't
But that don't mean
understand why
we
y'all
talking about
holding out
championship.
hope on Victor Oladipo. That's
Because
what I'm
Vic
trying
can
to
come
figure
back
out.
and Vic doesn't have to.
See,
Vic
but
can
I
come back
literally
and be a
remember
number 2
y'all
or 3
saying
option.
that on
We're
trade
top
day.
15 last year.
Like it was at the trade
Yeah.
deadline. Y'all were telling me how
See.
dangerous Victor Oladipo was going to be.
I've said he's good when he's
Yeah,
healthy.
yeah,
That's
see.
my
I
exact
haven't
word.
seen him be good or healthy.
He is good.
I remember him being
I seen
decent
him
in
be good.
Indiana.
He is
I
still
seen
an
him be- I
all-star
seen him be
talent that is
good.
unhealthy.
I
That's
seen
what
He's
we
good.
Your
I've seen
boy
him be good.
KD said Victor Oladipo the truth.
I'm
He's
not
a
saying
real-
he isn't
Huh?
good. I'm just saying I
All-star,
haven't
what
seen
you
it.
mean?
I didn't say he hasn't been good. I said I haven't seen it.
And I
That's the
I seen him.
No, it's not.
I seen
It's
him.
literally not.
I seen
You can
him-
see him be good. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I seen.
I don't
him-
watch every team in the NBA.
I seen him live one time when Russ and them came here in Oklahoma City, played the Hawks, and Russ had a triple double and Victor Oladipo had a smooth little 19-4. So like
That's a
I
different Vic,
I
too.
seen.
I
him.
remember OKC Vic being hit and miss.
Yeah,
That's
Nah,
all I
I
remember.
ain't
That's
gonna-
the
I'm not
only
even
Vic
gonna
I
lie to you.
really actively watch.
I'm not gonna lie to you. OKC Vic was hurt too, but he
Yeah.
wasn't hurt to the point where dang he gonna miss the whole season. It was
Yeah,
always
he
like
come back and-
day to day.
Right.
We're gonna get back to
It was like
Sean.
D-Wade.
Hold up, but I want to
Back in
get
the
to
day.
the point where you said this team has depth and is a dangerous team.
Yeah,
What
that's
makes you
depth at
believe?
the
We
two.
have PJ Tucker. What is he gonna do?
You
PJ
have
Tucker
enough
should-
depth. At the
PJ
two
Tucker
for
probably
Vic
lost
to-
me and Will like $200.
When I say depth, I say
Exactly.
you have enough depth
Exactly.
for Vic to come back at the 2 fully healthy. He can wait.
I only see 2 points.
He can literally come back after
Who's-
All-Star
who's-
break.
So you're
and be
saying
good.
we're gonna run this
Scoring for
too
us.
short?
Who's scoring
Jimmy.
for us?
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Who was scoring for y'all last year?
Oh, well.
That's
We
my
got
point.
swept.
Y'all still make the
We
playoffs.
got swept.
But by that time, I'm saying Vic can come
Yeah,
back fully
that's
healthy.
swept by the
Y'all will have a
champions.
Kyle Lowry added to that team.
See, I picked the Bucks to win the championship, so that made me discredit what I
Go ahead and discredit them. Tell the truth and shame the devil, because they were not a credible. That's like when you get a championship off of Wikipedia. Yeah, the truth. There's some facts in there, but anybody could have changed that.
Okay. Bam is not our center, Sean. He's our center right now.
You don't have a center.
He's not meant to play the 5. He
I don't.
needs to be in the 4.
See, this is where I disagree
never
with
got
you,
a
Kevin.
5?
I feel like Bam can play the 5. I just don't think right now he can. I feel like
right now, yeah.
I feel like give him like 2 more years, he'll be ready.
But see, that's what I'm talking about. Right now, how his game is predicated.
See, but you have to develop him, because then if he doesn't play the center, then he won't be ready in 2 more years.
I think we need to put if we're trying to win, bro. We can win, bro. I just don't think this team we put together was beneficial to the development of Bam.
Hey man, Bam is a hell of a shot blocker.
I feel like y'all need another center.
We just lost all our
versatility.
scoring. We're not gonna put up no buckets.
Bam rightfully could have had defensive player of the year vote.
Bam scoring is going
he
down
definitely
because
should have
he's
been over
playing
Ben Simmons. I argue that he should have been over.
Who was playing? Was he playing the 5 when y'all made the finals?
No.
Who was y'all 5?
He was the 5.
I thought he was the 5. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
He got hurt. Remember, he was the one. Yeah.
When he
got
hurt,
we definitely would have won the series if Bam didn't get hurt.
I don't.
He once he came back in, kind of hurt. He was holding AD to his own.
I ain't saying.
Let's be real.
He wasn't even guarding AD. Which
He was definitely guarding AD.
Y'all had
our team.
No, Jay Crowder was guarding him like the first couple of games.
Okay, but
He
see,
switched
I
on to
forgot
AD
about
after.
Jay Crowder. But look at the team. Look how we was set up, Sean. Like, I forgot he was playing the 5, but now I can see in that type of instance, he can play the 5. Look at the surrounding pieces. You got people who's gonna 3-and-D guys. Everybody spacing the floor.
I get that.
Y'all hyped up
Also
Trevor
need-
Ariza, and I want my apology.
You also need for that
He old
for
now.
that type of team. I feel like y'all need more
Trevor
versatility
Ariza
on the
was
defensive
a-
side.
I get why
he can hold his own against a. Is he gonna hold his own against a Joel Embiid in a
No.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all need that number
He
5.
needs to play the 4.
Y'all need a
Alright,
5 to play.
He's
that's
not
what,
holding his own
for the
against
Hawks. That's what
anybody.
Clint was.
I know nobody wants to hear it, but
he
somebody has to say it. Us trading Myers Leonard for Trevor Ariza kind of killed our season.
Yes, he wasn't trying to trade Myers Leonard. He the one who wanted to get on Twitch.
I mean, yes, I know.
like
That kind of killed our season.
That messed us up, and like I don't see.
We had to trade Myers Leonard for Trevor Ariza
That didn't
because
happen.
Trevor Ariza.
I didn't have to. Y'all just
Look
wanted
at it
to-
this
I mean,
way.
we definitely had to.
Look at it this way, Sean. Jimmy Butler do not want to
I mean,
shoot threes.
Our-
He's
Our
a good
GM
three-point
and
shooter
our
when he's
owners,
on, but he doesn't want to. That's not his game to shoot threes.
Yeah.
So now we got PJ Tucker. He's
He's
not.
a corner shooter. Yeah, he
Stop
got a
it.
corner 3. Come on.
Telling you,
He's a great.
me and
corner
Will can
shooter.
go look up these stats of how much money he lost us. This man cannot shoot.
That was one game.
No, that was a whole.
Wait,
series.
what was y'all bet?
But he's
That
not
was a
meant.
whole
But his
playoff.
role isn't to score.
Okay.
His role is to play defense.
So if we
He is
have
the definition
so
of
what
3-and-D.
type of offense we have then? Like who's scoring? Who giving us buckets? If nobody's out there,
But you
shooting,
have
we
other
got-
people to
we got
score.
one person.
All he has to do is facilitate and play defense. Play his role.
Kyle Lowry, I don't think he's coming in averaging
I believe
20. I think he's coming in.
he's
max
not
gonna
coming
get us
in
a
to do that.
16.
Y'all
See
have
how
a bunch of
different it sounds when you
Y'all
expect
have a bunch
somebody
of
to
defensive
score and they
players that's
don't.
gonna average 17.
What?
Jimmy, but y'all top players are defensive players that put up 17.
17 times what? 5?
We're gonna be a top. We're gonna be like a top 10 defensive team,
defensive team.
top 25 offensive. We
That's
cannot
all
score
y'all
no.
need because
no.
literally all y'all have to do is still be a good three-point shooting
We
team.
can't outscore Brooklyn. We
No
can play
one can outscore
defense.
We couldn't outscore Brooklyn last year.
I'm
and
just
you
saying, like
still
we
beat
could
them.
play. We could play defense. We could play because last year was the first year and they wasn't together. I'm talking about completely together.
Shitting me.
Can I
They look
say
together to
this?
me.
Completely together. We can probably rough them up. Of
They
course,
look-
we probably have better series against them than most.
They look pretty together.
We ain't
I
gonna
don't
score.
think anyone at this point is trying to outscore Brooklyn because there is no way you outscore a healthy Brooklyn team. You have to
But they can't put buckets
defensively
up. But,
hold them up.
but they're not.
That's
You
the only
gotta
way
be
they can
at
do it.
least average on offense to beat them. A team like the Lakers can rough them up and put just enough points up to win. They got superstars that can average 30.
Whoa, wait,
They got,
whoa. Are you talking about last year or
Just
this
hear me.
year?
Just hear me out. Just hear me out. This year.
I'm just asking.
This year.
This year.
Like if Russ go off, like don't matter. I'm not talking about just shooting threes. Just go off and get 30. LeBron go out and get 27. AD healthy, he get his 30. You got people who can rough them up on the defensive end and still go out there, and put up buckets. Now the Heat, we can rough them up, but just because we roughing them up, KD still gonna lift over you and get his 30. James, you can rough him up. He's still gonna step back, get to the free throw line. Kyrie's still gonna get his. It might just be a harder game, but they still gonna get theirs. We're not gonna be able to match that. We don't have nobody to go match that. Only a few teams that can go match that with them, and we're not one of them.
Even if y'all
I don't think
match yourselves up against the Nets. Like I don't see y'all matching up well against the Hawks anymore.
to be honest,
That's what I'm saying.
To be
Perimeter
honest,
shooting. We
I
can't
don't
stop
think-
Trey.
I don't think Milwaukee matched up well against them offensively either. I mean, even
But
in the
they
regular
had
season when they
scoring.
played
they were middle of the pack.
Right.
They was actually one of the
They
best
weren't
3-point shooting teams
defensively,
in the league.
that's why I said the regular season. When they played, I think they played like 2 straight times. One time.
Yeah, they played back to back.
Back to
Giannis
back.
had 40 and 38, and they won both games by like 4.
If Giannis doesn't give you 48 and 13, what happens?
But there's nobody on the Heat that can possibly.
Yes, nobody has. We don't have no Giannis.
You
And
just
the
said
net,
you're gonna have 4 people averaging 17.
and see that's what I'm saying. You need somebody like that. The Bucks is always gonna give the Nets a run for their money because they have
Hey, man.
Giannis. I don't care because you have KD and James Harden and Kyrie Irving. None of them can stop Giannis, just like Giannis can't stop them. So like as long as Giannis can do what he do, Chris Middleton is the star that people call him when he performs. They can always have the chance to beat the Nets because they have defense and they have a middle of the pack offense, top tier 10 offense. So if you can rough them up and score, the same thing I was saying during the playoff run, if you can rough them up and score a little, you can beat them.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know why we're having this conversation with the Bucks and the Nets because we're not beating either one of them.
Yeah.
I feel like the
You know
Bucks
we
might
gonna
have a
struggle.
little-
We're gonna struggle to
The
beat Chicago
Bucks
and
The
New
made-
Bucks
York.
got some chink in their armor.
The
I'm not gonna
Bucks
lie.
made
They got
the only reason I would say the Bucks is because Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton went to the Olympics. That's the only reason I can see them.
I actually believe we can the Bucks. We have anyone. I think everybody in the league has a better chance of stopping the Bucks than the Nets.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying the Heat specifically.
Oh, the Heat
Yeah.
specifically.
Yeah, you said we're gonna be good. I just don't see it.
I
don't
just
think-
feel like-
I see 4th seed at best.
I feel like if y'all can get back to just if y'all are top 10 in 3-point percentage and top 10 defensively, I feel like y'all will be good.
we
I
changed.
say 4th seed,
Top 5
second round at
3-point
best.
percentage. Put it like that.
we doing the complete opposite of what got us to the finals a couple of years ago. We had defense, but we had 3-and-D guys that's actually gonna be good on the perimeter, make shots, and play defense. Now we just turned to an all defensive team. Like
I think Cal Lowry is great. He can play that 3-and-D role if needed, and he can create too.
I like Cal Lowry. I like Cal
I like
Lowry
Cal 3
in
years
more
ago.
Of a, when he was gonna be more of a mentor to Snake. I liked him more as that role.
yes, now
But
you telling
now
him.
that he's gone, I don't really see the point.
And we had to give up Goran Dragic to get him.
I don't mind that. I'm more upset with us losing Precious
do mind.
Achua than Goran Dragic.
I do mind Goran Dragic. He helped us in a lot more ways than
You're not
people
wrong,
think.
but I feel like they both do the same thing, and I like Kyle Lowry more.
We don't have no backup now. We don't have none.
I
I
mean,
mean,
but they-
boy from Summer League looks pretty good, but I think he plays small forward.
Music,
Yeah,
or something like that.
that hit the game winner the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked pretty cold. He was actually on the team last year anyway, but I think he's gonna get more burn this year. If the development players come up, you might have a point, Sean. But right now, how this team looking, it's sad to
What's
say
that,
we're gonna be dookie this year.
Serbian, I think it's Omir.
You talking about Precious? Is that
No, you talking about? I think
Omir
Y'all
Rashid.
just signed him. Like,
Yeah, I think he was-
y'all just-
that's the one we're talking about.
I'll see, but y'all just signed him as like a guard. Dang,
You talking about the dude that hit the game winner?
I don't know. He just dropped 91 like not too long ago in a whole other league, and then he just got signed to the Heat maybe like 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I know.
As a guard, I mean,
With that being said, we're gonna move on to our next topic. Our Untitled Chapter segment. We are this is the segment where we rank a topic and use a correlating player's number to rank that player. So with that being said, we're in the middle of a series. We're ranking NFL quarterbacks by division. And this week we got the AFC South and the NFC South. That being said, we're going to start off with our boy Matty Ice. I say 6, Baker Mayfield 6. I ain't going to really, it's not like he going to be gone next year, but I mean, he getting up there in age.
Who
So,
knows?
yeah, this, I
But
mean,
he
he running out of
33?
time. He running out
Nah,
of time.
he older. I think he's 36, ain't he?
Something like that.
He about
Matt
36.
Ryan 36.
He about
He
36,
been, in,
37.
he been in the league for, he was Vic's replacement. They drafted him that year after they got rid of
I
Vic.
think it was like 06, 07.
no,
Something like that.
Matt Ryan got drafted.
That-
09?
Yeah, Matt
Yeah.
36. I just looked it up.
Yeah, Matt Ryan been in the
36.
2008. 2009 draft.
I think Matt still got another 4 years in him. But I think if we still on the downhill,
might as well.
he gone.
Hey, man.
It'd be really upset. I'm not even a Falcons fan, but just in like general perspective, watching them, it'll be really messed up for them to have all that talent, starting from all the way back with Roddy Wright and them, and only get to one Super Bowl and give that Super Bowl up, and don't finish with another one, or at least another appearance.
I still got PTSD.
I think that's just a waste of a lot
I
of
don't think I'm ever
careers.
get over
And
that.
I don't blame Matt Ryan though. Like,
It was never Matt
there's
Ryan's
a
fault
lot
to me.
of ups and downs throughout the.
I mean, he stayed solid to Atlanta. I
series.
give him that.
No cap. The defense let us down a lot of times in the Super Bowl. The defense let us down a lot of times regular season in these years.
Yeah.
We scoring 30 points in the first half and winning by a field goal or coming back or, you know what I'm saying, or
Lost to
losing.
the Cowboys.
It's like, I still feel like we should have beat the Chiefs a couple years ago when Eric Berry showed out.
He never.
Yes!
Like,
Bruh.
That was, I think that
Didn't
was the Super Bowl year.
then
Wasn't
we
that the
lost
year
to
he
the
caught a
Titans
pick
couple-
six?
Yes.
On the
Yeah.
2-point conversion?
And we lost
I do
by
remember
2.
that.
Bruh, like,
That was funny.
The Legion of Boom happened.
like, bruh.
Alright, a lot of things happened.
We beat the baby booms, too.
We beat them the one year. Then we
We beat them in the playoffs one year.
yeah,
That game
and then we lost the
next year. was Super Bowl.
Yeah, the next
49ers in the NFC Championship
Colin
game.
Kaepernick.
When I tell you that one hurt
It
my
was,
heart.
bruh, it was Roddy White
We were
fault,
up
man.
21-0.
Huh?
We were up 21-0.
On Colin Kaepernick
Yes, I remember that
Rolled
one.
his socks down and went to work.
doing this for a lifetime. I see.
Who was
Bruh.
bro that caught the? Was that when bro caught the ball like
Harry
the full court?
Douglas
Harry
fell.
Douglas.
He was wide open, like in the flats, like actually it was a wheel route, and the defense was on the whole other side of the field.
He just fell.
And fell. Turned around backwards, backpedaled and fell.
When I tell you I hated
Wow.
Harry Douglas for the next 4 years, bro.
We were up
I
21-0.
it's crazy to
Oh,
see
boy.
that.
I think it was at halftime. I would say going into the fourth, but I think it was just halftime.
See,
Y'all
he,
are funny.
maybe because he married to the owner's daughter, he never asked for a trade or
Why people
anything.
keep saying that?
Because
I don't think he is.
He's somewhere in the family.
He is.
I don't think it's the own. I don't think it's the owner. It could be the owner, but I don't think it's the owner. But it could be. It's somewhere in
I
the
thought
team.
it's plug
He
ties
in
to
the
why
team.
he ain't asked for a trade and why they ain't say, Matt, you out of here. You know.
When Julio said I needed the quarterback, I'm sure they texted him back. No. He's in the picture of Matt.
This your quarterback. Take it or
Julio
leave it.
said, me or him.
Oh,
They
you.
said
You.
Matt.
He didn't like you anyways.
Nah, dang. They did Julio wrong, though.
No, they didn't.
Nah, we did
No, they
not.
did not.
They did?
He
Hey,
did
man.
us wrong.
No, they
Julio
did.
went on the air and said,
I'm out of here.
I don't think
Stop
he-
holding that against him.
That
don't
was
think he-
Shannon's fault, man.
That was Shannon's fault?
Yes.
It was.
You don't think he knew he was
I don't
undisputed?
think
I mean,
I
I'm
think he
more
did
than
say
sure
he
it
was
was
on the show.
playing.
But
I feel like it was
So
playing.
Shannon Sharp every morning at 6 o'clock in the morning don't get on TV.
Like, I mean, it's not like he just called people up out of the.
Yeah,
you
come
know,
on now.
like,
I ain't even
come
mad
on.
at
I'm
him.
more than sure. Like, they've had that type of conversation before. Like, he's had the opportunity to call people before.
Right.
So I feel like it was more of a skit than anything.
Come on.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm not mad at Julio, but I'm just like,
I mean, I don't blame him.
I don't blame him because he said he wanted to win, and I feel like we on a rebuild again. So it's like, do what you do, but like,
Did he
like
get
that?
Really?
Don't promise me you're gonna be here forever.
I mean, he's still here. You know, he's still part of QC. He
Of
went to
course.
Nashville. He only 4
Shut
hours
up.
away. You know, he
Shut
said
up,
he's still
bro.
plugged in with the
Shut
shit.
up.
Of course he's. Yeah.
But I'm still gonna get the Julio jersey. You got me bent.
I think they refused to get a defense that helped them. Matt
Yeah.
Ryan stayed solid, but Julio, like, I'm a receiver. Y'all gonna get rid of me before y'all get rid of him anyway. Huh?
Should have got Pac-Man Jones. There's so many free agents we could have win.
Yeah.
Actually grab.
Actually, because when he left Dallas, he had like 6
Bruh.
Pro Bowl
He was
more
looking
years in
14,
Cincinnati.
literally
The
looking
Falcons
14.
defense, we really got everybody that was like
We
in a retirement home stage.
Yes.
Like it was
That's
like,
what
oh, you
Atlanta
got 2 more years left?
does.
2-year contract. It was like, bro.
We got AJ Terrell, Jalen Collins. What's his name?
Jalen Collins, man. I'm not finna speak on him, but boy, y'all know.
It's gonna be a
He's
fun
getting
year.
burnt by UGA receivers in the Super Bowl. Real life. What's his, I don't remember his name, but it's gonna hit me. Call him out.
Jalen Collins made me so mad, and he got caught with PDs or something like that.
Yes. And I don't know when he used them because I've never seen it. Apparently,
He ain't get no
Yeah,
type of
yeah.
improvement.
He
Anybody
got,
have no
he got them
VC.
off-brand.
Literally, the ones that show up on the test, not in your body. Those did not work.
Next up, we got Mr. Sam Darnold. I think his pressure level's at a 10, bro. Who is 10? I'm going AJ McCarron college number. Shout out to him. Is he still number 10?
No, he's 5.
But yeah, AJ McCarron's college number 10. I feel like you got a fresh start, and if you don't do it here, I don't see nowhere else you can go, bro. So, yeah. How y'all got Sam Darnold's pressure rank?
I'm gonna go.
Sanchez 6.
I thought we talked about Sam Darnold.
I'm gonna go for it.
No, we didn't.
I don't
We
know
didn't
number
finish
4.
We're doing it live.
I think he still got 2 years to prove himself because he just got traded, and I don't think they finna like pull the plug immediately. So I think it's a little bit lighter than 10. Cause
It depends on how he look.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 6, just because I feel like they're not gonna do anything to replace him. They went all in on him. They didn't get a backup quarterback. Are you really gonna put in Will Greer? So, I'm gonna go Ryan Howard 6. Wait, bro. You can't keep claiming all these Florida people that didn't even finish. I don't even claim Jalen. I just say I like Jalen.
Claiming Cam.
You don't claim Jalen?
Not as an Alabama player. I say he played at Alabama, not as an Alabama.
No, I won't claim Cam Newton.
I mean, even though he graduated from Alabama, I don't even claim him as an Alabama alum.
If I seen you and rooted for you as a Gator, seen you play on the field.
So you count Cam Newton as a Gator?
He didn't play.
He didn't play.
Oh.
I just said I don't count Cam Newton, but you know. Will
thought
Greer
you said
did
you
come
did.
out and win games for the Gators. You won
I mean,
games for us, so yeah.
but
shout out to you.
I'm saying you can't just say shout out to Gators
It's
to
a
everybody.
reason. It's a reason to say go Gators. What you mean? They put on the blue and orange and won games for us. Go Gators.
You might as well start saying go Gators for people that went to the state of Florida.
No, it's more of a shout out to the school more than the player as well.
Man, they couldn't keep him. They couldn't keep him.
He
Well,
got caught with PEDs.
some of them died and cheated and then had to go somewhere.
said they died.
All I'm saying is, I'll
Right.
give him a 6. I don't feel like they're gonna replace him.
Yeah, he got some time on his hands.
I say 10. AJ McCarron, college 10. Like
And
Greg
ass.
McElroy, he wore 10, didn't he?
12.
12. Even higher, because I think the pressure is on Sam Darnold for real. You was a high draft pick. You struggled in New York, even though you was playing with Adam Gase and stuff like that. You got to come to Carolina and show why you top. What he was the number 1 pick, number 2 pick,
Yeah.
number 2 overall pick. You can't be that guy that comes over and be saying, "I saw a ghost out there," like he did one game when he played the Patriots.
Say that.
You gotta show something. And there was traces of potential in New York, but you got to come out there. You got Christian McCaffrey. This is not Le'Veon Bell after his prime type stuff. You got a running back that's top 2 in the league right now in his prime. Give him a reason to actually want to come play, because I think last year he just took a vacation because he knew his team was trash. He wasn't finna just ref up his body. So now he got a reason. Bring him back. You got Rudy Anderson. You got DJ Moore. You got a nice defense. You got more weapons than you ever had in your career so far. You probably got more weapons than you ever had when you was at USC. So like, there's no reason for you to not succeed. You said it feels good to be in a place where you're wanted and you it's good to have a fresh start. So I think the pressure is all on him, not to win a Super Bowl, but you definitely can't go out there and have a season like you would have if you was in New York and say you know, still going to be a starter or act like people is not going to look at you sideways.
Right.
I mean, I don't think it's that much pressure. He has a running back returning from injury. All his receivers are like 12 years old. He has Roby Anderson, that's cool. I think he's a solid receiver. 1 or 2 option wherever you see DJ and Curtis Samuel. I just feel like that offense is young just as well as he is, and their veteran player is returning from injury. So I don't think he has. Yeah. Yes, Christian McCaffrey is returning from injury. I just don't see that much pressure on him. If he wins 5 or 6, that's good. I think that they'll see that as next year we can win 8.
Teddy Bridgewater came in and won about 6, 7. You can't.
Bridgewater was 30 years old.
No, you got to come in and outperform Teddy Bridgewater. Because if you don't come in and outperform Teddy Bridgewater, why didn't you just sign Teddy Bridgewater?
I think
Teddy Bridgewater to me is the starting quarterback in this league. I always thought he was.
30. How old is he?
It doesn't matter, bro. If Teddy Bridgewater, someone they're not looking at as no super elite player, just an average quarterback, could come in.
If Sam Darnold won a game or 2 less, you see him with 6, 7 more years left
No,
in
you're
the
a
league.
number 2 overall pick.
genuinely, he will be
You
better
need
than
to show
Teddy.
that you can't come in and be worse than Teddy Bridgewater, bro.
first year.
Like, what
Yes, you can't.
He's gonna
You
be better than
Like,
Teddy.
he's new to the offense and everything.
Teddy
he has a
can't.
player returning from injury.
You can't.
Teddy is a game manager.
Teddy.
Literally. Like he only
Teddy
takes the
has
smart
a
plays.
healthy team, right?
Sam Darnold is a guy that's gonna like take chances, I guess to say. So the offense is gonna be more explosive. So I expect better stats from him off bat.
Teddy
Is it
solidified.
If he wins better stats and wins 6 games, they're gonna be like he has potential and keep him in that game.
Teddy
I agree with
watched the
that.
offense,
And Teddy
studied the
Bridgewater is
offense.
28.
Yes.
Sorry.
If he,
Hey man, I'm
And
28,
he's
bro.
injured. He's been injured before, so that adds at least 2 more years.
I give you that.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
He tore his ACL.
And he could come in with all of that and win 7 games, and Sam Darnold can't.
Sam
yes.
Darnold is-
You remember that season? Blake Bortles threw like 33 touchdowns. People was like, he gonna be that guy.
So y'all telling me a quarterback who's coming off a catastrophic injury? Come on now. So he was traded a while ago. He got this. He's been processing this information a
He's
while
an NFL
ago.
quarterback, though. That's
Yeah,
played for
it's-
6
trying to
years
make
already.
It's
excuses
different
for
though
this
when
dude.
you learning a new system.
Yeah, he's
that
learning a
system
new
is gonna be
almost
built
fresh out of
around
college.
Sam
So
Darnold.
we-
So he's
I
gonna be
get it.
better.
Wait, both of y'all were talking. I missed it.
Go ahead.
But I'm just saying, if you're talking about Sam Darnold's been in the league for what, 2 years?
No,
Three.
Three.
4.
3 years?
No, 4. He almost a rookie extension
I
contract.
think it's
now.
5 actually.
This man been in the league for a
I
while.
don't know.
I'm gonna look at
No, I'm not gonna-
No, 'cause I think he's. I think
Somebody had to say it. We all was thinking it, but nobody wanted to say it. I don't know. Don't be afraid to say I don't know,
He got
people.
drafted in 2018.
He got 3 years under his belt.
3 years.
3 years.
Okay.
Oh,
2.
playing with the
Oh yeah, 3.
playing with
Okay,
who? The Jets.
Yeah.
So y'all telling me he don't have he can't get no time to learn this?
Bro, because you're
We
not.
literally
y'all.
saying the same thing. Well,
But he's saying,
Bro, you're in New York. You have no talent. You're pick number 2. If you're a top 5 pick, you're being drafted and considered a franchise guy, a game changer, a switch in power, right?
And Teddy Bridgewater didn't get drafted out of college to do that.
I'm saying,
Listen. I'm saying Sam Darnold had no talent in New York. He had no talent at all, right?
Right.
But it's still pressure to be a number 2 pick. You still have to perform at that level. I'm not judging the number 2 overall pick the same way I would judge a 3rd round pick. Russell Wilson defied the odds. You know what I'm saying? If you a top 2 pick, you doing what you're supposed to do.
Right.
So he had no talent in New York. You come to the Carolina Panthers and you have more talent than you had in your first 3 years in the NFL and your first 3 years 3 years in college, bro. You playing with a all-pro running back. You're playing with Pro Bowl 2. I won't say Pro Bowl calibers, but you playing with what DJ Moore might be. So you playing with a Pro Bowl caliber receiver, and you playing with a solid second 2 option with Rooney Anderson. You have more talent than ever, bro. And you the number 2 pick. You don't think? And then so Teddy Bridgewater coming off of injuries after injuries, bouncing off to this team, getting this team without these players, the same players I just mentioned,
Teddy had
to
AP.
7, huh?
Teddy had AP.
listen. This is all I want to say.
He did have AP.
Yeah, like,
He-
listen.
Hey,
mentally, he's
No.
able to grasp concepts quicker. He's been in the league. He played with veterans like you. Who was helping Sam Darnold learn anything in New Jersey?
But you was traded
helping him
a
get
while
acquainted to the
ago,
game?
bro. You are in the system. You don't I think
But
it's
who's
enough.
his mentor? Who's teaching him? Like who's his coach? Who was his coach in New Jersey? You don't even we can't even say that off the top of our head.
Yeah,
So,
listen to
Like,
this
come on, bro.
real
He's
quick.
he wasn't getting polished the way
Real
he
quick.
needed to.
Listen,
I can.
If they
So
all-
Teddy
Adam
Bridgewater
Gates.
came in and won 7 games by himself.
hey, look, if they offense is like number 5 in the league, right? But their defense is number 29, and they win 6 games, do you not give him the benefit of the doubt that you can build around
if
him?
he goes out and perform and win games, yes. But I'm not
But
saying.
I'm saying, listen, that offense is high powered, 29
So
touchdowns,
they gonna win.
10
I don't-
interceptions.
So you expect Carolina defense just to be trash?
I'm not
trash.
saying that, but I'm saying if he goes out there and he does what he has to, but the team still loses, are you gonna blame him and try to get him out of there, or do you keep building up and trying to make sure that he can win?
Yeah, I'm not saying he get him out of there. I'm just saying there's a lot of pressure on him to perform, bro. And if he performs, then like you said, we have nothing else to say. You keep it going. But I don't think you sit there and just set the foundation and sit there and before the season start and be like, yeah, he can go out there and win less games than Teddy Bridgewater and we'll be okay with it. That's unacceptable.
I see both sides of the
Okay.
argument. Anyway, we're gonna move to New Orleans. Jameis, we ranking Jameis. I got Drew Brees 9. I feel like now is his time to prove, like we alluded to earlier. Jameis has talent. Nobody can throw 30 touchdowns in the NFL without talent.
Thank you.
30 interceptions.
He also had 30 interceptions. But the whole reason they were saying that he was going to go to New Orleans, and so he could play under Sean Payton and he can get those turnovers down. So this is the time we'll see. So I feel like, and plus if he don't, I don't really see nowhere else he can go. He can go be a backup. So yeah, I feel like his pressure point is at a 9 right now. How y'all feel about Jameis?
He's AJ McCarron. He is number 10 right now. This is like take it or leave it for Jameis. This is Jameis trying to prove that he should be a solidified starter. Because if he goes out there and he does what he does for the Bucks, that team is already in win now mode. So they could trade him for Ryan Fitzpatrick and win more games if he does what he did with the Bucks. So like, what is he needed for if you're already gonna go out there and win 10 games without him?
Exactly.
So he has to prove that he deserves to be the quarterback, or they're gonna get Swiss Army knife to start the season.
No.
Taysom Hill.
No, you're not gonna do that.
They not gonna start him, but
You saw him.
They'll do it to sell tickets, but they're not going to do it.
Sarcastic.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Donovan McNabb at 5. I don't feel like he has that much pressure on him, mostly because he's the replacement to Drew Brees. Like everybody sees that, everybody knows that. I disagree with Sean about them being in a win now mode. I feel like they are a rebuilding team that refuses to admit it, kind of like the Falcons.
Hey man. Why we keep getting brought up? We just minding our
we just be
business.
taking dish shots.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
did that
Their
on
defense
word.
still solid.
Y'all
though.
fit into the what's it called?
Whoa.
No, not really. Their defense was overrated last year. They lost Malcolm Jenkins, and other than that, Marcus Davenport? Is that his name? Something like that.
The DB?
And,
No, I'm sorry.
what's the
not-
DN they
linebacker.
had? Cameron.
Cameron Jordan. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, they really. Other than him, they really don't have much.
They still got Lattimore though.
Yeah.
They got Lattimore. They still have what's his boy
Apple.
from Texas?
It's still not much though.
They still got Eli.
It's a
Apple.
solid defense. It's not like the best defense
Kenny
in the
Vaccaro,
league. but
Tennessee,
it's-
I think.
Oh, I was about to say.
Yeah, no. I mean,
And they still have Alvin Kamara.
yeah, Kenny
They
Vaccaro
still
ain't been there in a
Texas.
minute.
They still
He in
gonna
Texas.
push.
I mean, they're
They
not.
still gonna push New Orleans.
They're
I
a
mean,
decent
the
defense.
Buccaneers.
They weren't a great defense last year. They got lit up by the Eagles.
They did.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I feel like they'll stop people on defense, but how long is that gonna hold up? Like, at some point, you're gonna need some help.
I mean, they still got, like you said, they still got Kamara.
They have Kamara.
Slant boy is really the problem. Though.
That's
They
the
have-
Swiss Army knife.
That's
They
the
have
problem.
Kamara.
Slam boy?
That's it.
No,
Oh.
Kamara.
Literally last year, once Slant Boy got hurt, they were literally Kamara or bust. That's their
Amen.
whole offense.
Because
That's
they didn't retain Emmanuel Sanders.
Nope.
Emmanuel Sanders wasn't doing much. He was there last year.
Drew Brees. Never mind.
I mean,
I say Drew
you're not
Brees.
wrong. Go ahead and say it. Drew Brees shouldn't have came back.
Exactly.
You're not wrong. I said that before the season started. He came back for no reason.
thought
He
they
held
were
them
gonna win.
hostage and tried to get one more ring, and it didn't work.
That's what happened when you're a quarterback and you got clout like that. I don't blame him.
I need to know.
I mean, I don't blame him. It was smart on his end, but it didn't work.
My question is, where did all the Drew Brees injuries come from? Because
Like,
they
you
said he
know.
had these injuries before. So
He
like,
probably just powered up. He
He's,
got old.
he's
Yeah, oh.
small.
I'm like,
He's
dog.
a very small person.
Dog.
But
Man, I wouldn't give him 6 foot. I don't think Drew
yeah,
Brees.
I'm not putting this season on Jameis. The only thing he has to do is not turn the ball over a lot. Like, if he
It's a
can,
lot to ask, bro.
I mean, it's
I don't think so.
not really
When he actually
like
has,
Chris.
he has to trust the running back.
Chris Godwin said it, like, all of those picks weren't on Jameis. They were asking him to throw the ball down the field a lot. And a lot of the times they were double, triple covered because they knew that they were going to throw the ball deep. So, I mean, I'm not saying all of them were on the play call. But I do vividly remember one of them where OJ dropped it like 6 times on the same play. And bro caught the pick. That one definitely wasn't on Jameis. So, I mean, I'm not saying that he's going to go out there and throw 8 picks. I feel like 12, 14, 15, that's reasonable.
22.
But like if you get above 15, that's That's where you getting into a
Unless
problem.
you're throwing like 40 touchdowns or something. But that, I don't see it.
15
Yeah.
picks.
15 with 40 touchdowns?
That's a good ratio.
15 picks at
40
with
touchdowns?
17 games. That's only like one pick a game. That's not a lot.
I'm not saying that it's a lot. I'm saying.
Well, yeah.
Still, 15
But I'm
picks
saying-
in the NFL, that's still a lot. One
I
pick
mean,
a
but
game.
you gotta realize where he's coming from, though.
I
You
understand
have to
that,
take
but what
into
you, but at this point, we moving forward. You can't keep turning the ball over and say,
Yeah,
oh,
but
this is what,
it's kind of hard for somebody to go from throwing 30 picks to throwing 2 picks. Like, you gotta
That's not
be
what we're
reasonable.
saying. I'm saying you still got to cut that down more than half.
I know, but I'm saying, like, I'm being realistic. I can realistically see him throwing around 12, 15 picks. Like, if you throw more than 15 picks, that's where we're getting into a problem area. Like, if I'm being realistic, I would realistically want him to cut it in half. So, if he threw 15 picks, I wouldn't be like, oh, you what are you doing? That's not what we needed from you. Like, yes, I would want him to throw less, but that's like what I could realistically see him throwing. So, yeah, I'm not, all that to say, no, I'm not putting the pressure on him because I don't think they're ready to win anyway, even with a really good Jameis.
I give him a 6. Baker Mayfield 6. I don't think you expect him to come in there and win the Super Bowl for you right now. I just think he just got to come in there and just show that he's the starting quarterback. The Saints are still a playoff team. Even with all the complications we just talked about, they're still a playoff team when you look at it. I think he's good enough to get them in the playoffs, and I also do believe with a year under Drew Brees, a year under Sean Payton, that can really help a young quarterback. People might say, oh, well, Drew Brees was done and washed at that time, but the knowledge, the preparation, the learning, the understanding of the system behind someone who is a top 10 quarterback all time, no matter if you only won one Super Bowl, still top 10 all time. So you learn it from someone who knows what he's talking about. He doesn't throw a lot of picks, never did. Even when he was done, he didn't throw picks. So I think Jameis Winston is set up to elevate. And then you still got Taysom Hill, so that's going to help him.
I get what you're saying. They are a playoff team without him, but I feel like the reason there's so much pressure on them is because if it wasn't bad quarterback play, they could have beat the Bucs, right?
Yeah.
So they're one win away from the Super Bowl. And I feel like they're still in that mode of we're one win away or we could get to the Super Bowl.
I don't think they would have beat Green Bay.
Yeah, but if they have good quarterback play against Green Bay, they could do it. If Drew Brees is Drew Brees or if...
Yeah.
See, when it comes down
So,
to this year...
but the defense was the difference in that game. And I don't think that defense was...
But let's say Jameis Winston is Tampa Bay Jameis Winston this whole season.
His career done.
Yeah, and they start out 4-4 instead of, I don't know, 6-2.
What's wrong with 4-4 though?
That's not what the Saints are expecting this season because they just were one win away.
Wow.
Sean, I'm
If
telling
they have
you,
good
bro.
quarterback
So
play,
you're telling me if they-
1 year
if
after
they-
Drew
if
Brees,
Jameis
you think they
Winston
supposed to be like 6-2?
So without Jameis
I
Winston,
expect them to be a good. They're literally one quarterback. They're literally only missing a quarterback.
I mean,
No,
they
they're
have good
not though. They
don't have- they don't have
camouflaged
any
a lot
real
of their
holes.
issues last year.
They don't
They
have
didn't
any.
have well, since the theme of the episode is elite, they didn't have an elite defense. They didn't have this other than Michael Thomas. They didn't have another receiver.
They didn't because they built their offense like that.
Like
If
even
they
when
built their offense,
I mean,
to
but their
actually throw to
offense is
Emmanuel
built the
Sanders,
same way.
and if they have a quarterback that can
They got
do
Emmanuel
it,
still?
they do.
No,
Nah.
he went to the Bills. But I mean, even when Michael Thomas was gone and Emmanuel Sanders was the main receiver, he wasn't doing anything.
Okay,
But I'm like, I think Kamara missed like a couple of games. That's when you really knew, like, they are not a good team. Like, once they really went the way that Kamara went. Like, Kamara didn't have a good game in the Eagles game, and they lost.
I think if he plays well, they're a really, really good team that could be knocking on the door of us.
See, I'm not
An
giving
NFC
a really
championship.
good team.
If they
I
have
say
a decent
playoffs
quarterback,
at best, like first round
Yeah, they're
exit.
probably going to make the playoffs.
if they make, I feel like
I don't know. I don't see the
tough.
playoffs. Really,
I feel like they.
Michael Thomas was one of their main weapons.
I feel like
Michael Thomas and Alvin Kamara are literally the whole offense. If Alvin Kamara gets a stacked box all next year, it's gonna be a wrap.
They're literally like the Bears with no quarterback. You know how the Bears last year, how they were, if they had a good quarterback play, they probably would have been a good team.
Probably would have won Super Bowl.
That's what the Saints are to me right now. They're in that same talk.
The Bears actually had a really good defense and had more than one receiver. They had, I can't remember who. I know they had Allen Robinson. I can't remember who the other receiver was.
Darren Mooney.
Yeah, and then they have what's the running back name?
Cohen.
Yeah, Tariq Cohen. And I know they got David Montgomery. Yeah, they have two really good running backs. Latavius Murray is in.
Okay. Where they? Oh, Latavius Murray is decent. As a 2, I feel like he's good.
He's in.
Decent.
That's what I am meaning, Sean.
Okay. But I feel like quarterback play decides where the Saints are going this year. I know that's with every team, but it's more of an X factor on them.
Jameis Winston is better than most, but not elite or at the top.
Yeah.
So they're going to be a good team.
Wait. Say that again one more time.
Jameis Winston is okay, but he's not elite.
Better than most, but not elite.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that.
I'll keep that in mind one day.
He's got to. I just think that it's more emphasis on the Saints about quarterback than any other team this year, because if they get even a decent quarterback, they're a team that could do some damage. But if they come back and if they're the same team last year with like Drew Brees was when he was injured, I don't fear them.
I think the Saints gonna be fine because they well coached. That makes a huge difference in the NFL.
Yep, Sean Payton's still a good coach, no matter what. So.
Yeah, when he's got bounties on, people say he's amazing.
Hey man,
Hey man,
I don't understand why that was an issue.
Yeah, why that's a problem?
Anyway, Brett Favre was always hurt anyway, but we're gonna move on to Tom Brady. This might be a controversial take, but I'm gonna say Tom Brady's at a 10. The only reason I say that is because he plays for Super Bowls. That all that pressure is put on by himself. You know what I'm saying? It's literally like, what am I playing for if I'm not trying to win the Super Bowl? That's the only reason I say his pressure level's at a 10. It's like I'm still out here trying to prove people wrong. So like it might sound weird coming out, but I feel like the way they won the Super Bowl last year was a fluke. This year would be the year that they were supposed to be good. It's his second year in the system. They've had a full off season. They bought back most of their pieces. So yeah, I feel like Tom Brady's at a 10 for all the reasons I just named. But how do y'all feel about Brady?
That man is Gilbert Arenas. He ain't got nothing to worry about at this point in his career. Like he chilling. I feel like no matter what, they're a playoff lock, but he can lose, and it's just like we still got Brady next year.
He got 2 years. He gotta win. Like they gotta win this division for sure. Like he can't go out there and like struggle.
I mean, I have them.
Yeah, that's the
I have him as a division
only
lock.
pressure I would give him. He has to. You can't not win the division. That's the only thing I can say.
Yeah,
right.
I see them sliding through it though, so that's why I'm not even worried about that. Playoff wise, they could, as long as they don't lose in a wild card, I don't feel like it's any need to panic.
Yeah, I get when he first said 10, I was like, this nigga tripping. But when he explained it, I get it. And for me, I'm gonna go ahead and go with Derrick Rose Uno. But I mean, the only reason I would give him a little bit of pressure is for the things that he said, because he puts the pressure on himself, and it's like, are you gonna show up? Because I mean, you're not wrong in your statement of it was kind of fluky, but it wasn't fluky. I get
the way
they should have lost the Green Bay, bro.
No, they shouldn't.
The way they won was fluky.
They should have had a quarterback on the other side that actually.
That's what I was getting at, bro. I didn't say, hey, no, they shouldn't have. Yes,
they shouldn't.
If they had
a quarterback that actually showed up in NFC Championship games, then maybe they would have won.
That's what I'm saying.
You play who you play. All I'm saying is, I feel like he doesn't really have pressure, because if you don't, everything he needed to prove was proved last year. So this is basically just his victory lap.
Right. I mean, that makes sense.
He can retire tomorrow, and it's just like, they're gonna love the way he go out.
Right, he's still goated, but I'm just saying, as far as since he came back and since he's still playing, he gonna put this pressure on himself to win. He don't care about it. They could go undefeated in the regular season, but if they lose in the first round, it don't matter.
I agree with that. I just don't feel like it's a 10. I would go 3 at the highest, but for the
I'll say there's no outside pressure on him.
That works.
Yeah, there's.
I say the only thing is you don't need to go out there and look 43.
Yep.
If you go out there and look old, then people are gonna be like, "Yeah, Tom Brady, hang it up, put the pressure on him to quit." That obviously goes without saying. If he goes out there and look old and not winning the Super Bowl and looking or winning anything,
Right.
but I say I give him a dame 0. There's no pressure on Tom Brady. He doesn't have to win another Super Bowl. He doesn't have to prove anything to anybody. He goes to a team after 20 years of being with one team and takes them to the Super Bowl and wins the Super Bowl in their first year
With no offseason.
with no off season and be the first team to play the Super Bowl in their home field. It was just like perfectly scripted for him. Like he has nothing else to prove. So
Skip Bayless.
It was scripted
it
Skip
was
Bayless did call it an
scripted. Like, you know.
because he read the script too.
It's,
Yeah, he had to.
like,
But nah, I
I'm glad
don't.
Giannis paid for his script.
Yeah, Brady's chilling. I feel like regular as long as they win 11, 12 games, no one's gonna say anything because I don't feel like anybody else in the division is gonna win 11, 12.
You got a point.
Unless the Falcons win 10.
Man,
I see us
not
winning
the
10.
bro. Mark my words.
I see us. We might get 10-7 if the defense want to show up this year. I can see
Man, I
it.
can't wait till that eighth loss.
But nah, I think Brady chilling. As long as he can win a playoff game and be good and not win a Super Bowl, they're gonna be like, it is what it is. He won it last year. So.
mhm.
I think they'll probably get back. But
Winning the division right now.
the newcomer to the division, Mr. Trevor Lawrence. I say a 4. Who's a 4? Adam Vinatieri. Yeah. I mean, he's a rookie, so don't nobody really expects him to go put up all-world numbers. But at the same time, he's probably, because he did what he did in college going into the season, and him being a quarterback, he probably going to be the early pick for Rookie of the Year. But whatever. I mean, I don't think they're going to, 1, he in Jacksonville. 2, is Urban Meyer's first year coaching as a head coach. And, yeah, I don't think they're going to be really good. Tennessee probably going to win their division again. So, yeah, they're probably going to be like 7 and 10, if that.
I give him a Derek Jeter 2. It's not much pressure in Jacksonville. It's not expected of them to be any good. They just got to go out there individually and perform. I think Trevor Lawrence is a franchise QB, and I think he's going to come out and perform well. I don't think Jacksonville going into no playoffs or anything, but I think he's going to have a good season. He do have talent on the offensive end, do have talent on the defensive end. And Urban Meyer has shown he wins wherever he goes. Might not like how he do it or his methods, but he wins. So until he shows me anything differently, I gonna expect Jacksonville to improve. And I think Trevor Lawrence gonna do what he have to do this year. And I think Tim Tebow scoring 2 touchdowns.
NFL is
Well,
a
you
different
voting
roster.
the-
That man said, I'm going to get that 50.
goal. When did they become 2? I thought it was like 4.
I said 4.
No, I thought he needed like 4 touchdowns.
Oh, nah, he needed 2. It's been 2. It's always been 2.
Hey man, need my money. I'm gonna go Clemson, Deshaun Watson 4. I feel like
He's still number 4.
I thought he changed it. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Out of sight, out of mind. But I feel like he has pressure just because he's the number 1 pick, but ain't nobody really gonna hold him to no standards. 1 is Jacksonville, and 2, they're just gonna say he needs time to learn.
Because it's Trevor Lawrence.
Right. Every other rookie quarterback is supposed to come in day 1 and be great.
It's at a 3. Chris Paul. He ain't got nothing to worry about for
And it's crazy.
3 years. 3-4 years.
It's crazy we all agree on that because you hear more about Justin Fields, Trey Lance, Mac Jones. Nobody really saying nothing about Trevor Lawrence. Only thing I see about Trevor Lawrence is him throwing touchdowns to Tim Tebow.
That's all I've seen. And he
That's
ain't
all
got
I've seen.
nothing to worry about. They gon' the time dependent for him is his last year in his rookie contract. If he doing trash for 3 years and they give him a 4th year, that's when it is. But
I don't
They
think
gonna
he's
stay
be
with him till
trash.
then.
I think the boy gonna come out and do what he gotta do. And if Jacksonville doesn't win, he's gonna leave.
Yeah, I'm not saying that if he leaves and doesn't go anywhere, I need the same energy.
Back
But
up somebody.
Huh?
I don't see him starting the worst if he don't do what he's supposed to.
No, I'm saying if he does what he gotta do in Jacksonville, not winning,
hey man,
like
I can see him in Denver.
I can see
it's
him
time.
in
It's
Denver.
times in the NFL where quarterbacks are doing what they gotta do in their team, not winning. Aaron Rodgers is the one. Well, not
Yeah, championships.
But the gist still the same.
A lot of that be on Aaron Rodgers though sometimes.
Thank you.
We're not gonna do that.
Thank you.
You brought it up.
Yeah,
Somebody had to say it.
Not gonna do that.
Staying in the AFC South. We're gonna do for me. I'm gonna do these both at the same time because I got them both ranked the same. Deshaun Watson and Tyrod Taylor. I say 15. Shout out to Michael Crabtree. I say 15 for two different reasons. Deshaun Watson because everything that went on in the offseason, you just want to quiet all that noise. And Tyrod Taylor, I still want to see him as a starting quarterback somewhere. So if you get this opportunity, do what you got to do. I know your team around you sucks, but
Where he at, Denver?
in Houston. If you you do what you got to do, if you show that you can still play, somebody will give you a chance, bro. So that's why I say 15 for each. I know it's supposed to be Ozzy the Chipper, but we do what we want over here on Not Enough Sports Podcast. But where y'all got Deshaun Watson and Tyrod Taylor in?
For Tyrod, I'm gonna give him a Derek Jeter too. Nobody cares about what they're gonna have going on in Houston. He's the quarterback. Nobody's paying them any attention, and they're not a good football team, so nobody expects anything. Deshaun Watson, if he stays, it'll probably be a 4. But if he leaves, it'll probably be like a 9 or a 10. Just for the things that Brendan said, you got to prove to people that this didn't affect you, even though it's kind of going to be hard for it not to affect you on the field.
No, bro, it's clearly affecting him already. Man snapped on the cameraman. Why y'all following me, bro? You the quarterback, dog.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's really up to the league on if he going to play or not.
I feel like Tyrod Taylor is a really good starting caliber quarterback, and I feel bad for him because he always seemed to get the short end of the stick in a lot of situations. I've been a fan of him since he was a quarterback at Virginia Tech.
Yes,
He did not get the short end of the needle from the trainer last year.
No. That's cold. That's cold. I was just about to say the Chargers harmed the individual while blessing themselves at the same time.
Okay.
Them harming Tyrod actually made them put in the rookie.
Since this is our show, did you think they did it on purpose?
I do.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. It's hard for me. It's hard for me to look at and be like they didn't do it on purpose because it's like they said that type of stuff can happen, but it's such a rarity, and you never heard of it happen in the NFL until Tyrod Taylor. Coincidence, he comes in. Be the starter, he said he wasn't.
That's his fault.
Or something like that. The league, the NFLPA did it for him. Something like that. Or they lost a grievance or something like that. Yeah, agenda. But the agenda was to keep Tyrod from being on the field. But I'm glad he bounced back. He's healthy. It didn't affect him, and now he's with Houston. Unfortunately, I think he's going to be on a different team next year, because this team is in no position to win. And he's going to go out there and be decent, but they're not going to win any games. They're going to treat him like he's a mid quarterback and send him away because he's only on a 1-year deal, I think, now. Deshaun Watson. Huh?
Come on.
I wouldn't mind seeing Tyrod Taylor in the Falcons. I want to see him and just have a shot. And if he loses his shot, he loses his shot. But he did have a shot in Buffalo, and I felt like the way he lost his shot in Buffalo wasn't the right way. But anyway, going on to Deshaun Watson, I don't think it's no pressure on Deshaun Watson at all if he stays in Houston because he don't want to be there. I don't even know. He don't want to be there. Don't expect anybody to win at anywhere if they don't want to be anywhere. If they don't want to be there, they're not gonna win. I know. Will didn't I say that about Kyle Kuzma the other day?
Yes,
I know.
It's okay.
I know.
It's all about change and coming around.
Yeah, so like I don't think him coming back, and if he leaves, it just depends on what team he goes to. I can't just say the pressure's a 10 because Houston could be petty and send this man to.
No, I think he has a no trade clause.
So if he waives it, so he has to
certain teams.
Yeah,
I don't think he will. Well, yeah.
He asked for a trade.
He would waive it for certain teams, yes.
Yeah.
But I thought you were saying like if they sent him to like.
I didn't know he had a no trade. He had no trade clause.
Yeah.
So now,
He's smarter than Aaron Rodgers.
I see. So, but at that point, so I don't know what's going on. I don't even know if he's going to play this season. You know, from what is going on, it sounds like all the cases are closing, slowing up. So it looks like he's going to play. And it looks like he might be on a 4 to 8 game suspension just by being in the situation, the league policy. But
yeah, from what I was told though, even if he isn't suspended, he still wouldn't play for them. Now I don't know why he would do that after all this, because that's a huge fine I'm not willing to pay.
I mean, he's paying all these girls $1 million each.
I know, but
$2 million.
that's you know how much money that's gonna take away from if he has to pay those I don't want to play fines.
Hey man, he got $40 million.
Yeah, and
he's
that's
not in the
going.
bank.
That's part of what's going back.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
A
like,
large chunk
you
of what's
wow.
going back.
Hey, you can't have it all, man. You're not in prison, so you might as well.
He might as well just go ahead and play for them.
This man, what is wrong?
What you mean? What is wrong with me, bro? Like, you gotta count your blessings how you count them. What you mean? Like,
He gonna lose the blessings if he don't play.
Hey. man, he gotta stand on what he stand on.
All right,
he said
and he gonna
don't
stand
want,
broke.
Hey, he's still young and talented. He gonna get that contract.
That's not how that works.
At
Huh?
all.
That's literally not how that works.
So you don't think
They have his rights until that contract runs up.
Right.
Just like when everybody was saying Aaron Rodgers should just sit out the season and then come back and pick which team he wanted to play for. That's not how that works.
Right.
It's not the NBA. But I'm just saying.
I don't even think it works like that in the NBA.
Yeah,
Maybe Kawhi's though.
yeah. Few people.
I mean, yeah, you can ask for a trade, but it's not like if you retire, you just can pick wherever you want to go. No.
I'm just saying, like
They
they
used to
can
back in the
kind
day.
of like force feed where they want to go anyway.
Yeah, because their teams are smaller.
Yeah. So
Like it's much easier to replace you in the NFL than it is in the NBA.
I just don't see him. Like, I can see him playing, but like, what if it's only 8 games? So it's not that big of a chunk, is it?
That's more.
What?
Because
8
I'm sure he's gonna be.
suspension?
I'm sure he's gonna be
What?
suspended.
It's
So if
not
he
half.
comes back, so it's like
That's half the season.
it's.
So
just
you're saying,
I'm saying like
if
he
you
don't get
paid the
that-
fines for half the season. But my point is, what would be the point if they're still going to keep you regardless? You're not going to get any type of leverage.
Yeah, I just think. Like,
Might
he
as
could
well
out
just
there-
go ahead and play and then ask for a trade at the end of the season. Maybe they'll change their mind.
Right.
Or you could go out there and half-ass it. and
But I was just about to say, I'm sure he don't want to be there. They're not gonna win games, even if he did want to be there.
I mean,
he did pass.
you're
me.
arguing with logic, and NFL owners are very rarely logical. They're very emotional. So I'm more than sure they're just going to keep him because he wants to leave.
We got 2 more quarterbacks in the AFC South.
Dang.
In the AFC, we got Carson Wentz. I say 12, because this point he gotta prove he healthy. Ain't Carson Wentz number 11?
Yeah.
Oh, so Carson Wentz 11.
No, he's number 2 now.
Carson Wentz 11.
Eagles 11.
Right.
Yeah, he got bullied. Bro said he can't have his number.
Oh,
He
yeah.
got to do something. But
Michael Pittman Jr. I don't blame him.
I don't either.
That man went to USC. Shout out to him. And his wife's bad. But yeah, Carson Wentz got to stay healthy. He done got hurt already in training camp, and he talking about he gonna be back for week 1. But bro, you moving to it. Great. Yes, this is your offensive coordinator from the year y'all went to the Super Bowl. But you got to get reps, bro. That's how that works. So he's saying he on track for week 1, but we shall see. But how y'all feel about Carson Wentz? I don't think they're gonna win the division either way.
I'm over Carson Wentz. It's a done deal for me, but he's not it. So, I guess the media had pressure on him, but I'm tired of turning on the TV and seeing him. The man don't play games.
I feel
He
like
don't play, and when he do play, he's injured. And when he's off the field, they talking about how bad teammate he is, something like that. Now he's with the Colts. He got a new organization to come to, but the same scheme because he's familiar with the coaches and the scheme. I just don't think the dude is healthy. I don't think the dude's going to stay healthy. If he do come on the field and perform well, that's cool. He has shown he can perform well when he's on the field, but I don't expect him to be healthy. I don't expect the coach to be good because he's not going to be healthy. and I think he's gonna find his way slowly going out the lead or just being a certified backup for foreseeable future.
Yeah. 6. LeBron James. Yeah, I'm gonna go 6. I feel like they're gonna, like, even if he doesn't play well, they're gonna blame it on the new system and the fact that he missed the preseason because he was hurt and a bunch of other different stuff.
Selective politicking.
Right. So yeah, I feel like there's pressure just because the media wants him to be better, but I don't see them moving off of him or anything. So yeah,
They can't. Didn't they sign him to like a 4-year deal?
No, I think they just took the
Philly
contract
did.
that
Yeah.
Philly had.
Yeah,
But
so
then
he
he signed the
he
extension.
still got like 3 years.
Yeah.
Not
2 or 3.
Oh,
He still got like
you're saying did he sign an extension with Philly?
Yeah.
in general. Like,
Yeah.
He signed the extension
Yeah,
in
he
Philly,
did.
so now Indy got him under that contract, so he still got the 2 years, I think.
Yeah, I thought you were saying did he sign a new extension once he got
Oh,
it?
no. Them boys gonna be in the gutter for a long time. Because even with the contract he has now, it was hard to trade. You know,
Right.
Phillip Rivers had to retire for the Colts to be like, yeah, but we do this. So I don't know. Like he go out there and look like poop these next 2 years. I give him this. If you go out there and look in this year, they're gonna give him another year. But if you go out there and he can't get nothing done these next 2 years, his career is done. Because you're gonna have that one contract, that one season left. Pretty sure they'll be like, bro, we'll just buy you out, cut you, we pay you that $16 million that year, bro. You done messed us up already for the past 2 years. So I think this is time. Just like Kawhi Leonard time too. Your last contract.
Now last quarterback, Ryan Tannehill. I'm gonna go Brett Favre 4. He don't really have to do much. I mean, they didn't pick up Julio. That's an extra weapon. But their offense runs through Derrick Henry. So if they go as Derrick Henry goes. So if Derrick Henry has big second halves, they'll be fine. As long as they can keep the game manageable and they don't have to put too much pressure. I mean, too much on Ryan Tannehill's plate. He can be a I ain't gonna say elite, but he can be a decent quarterback. So I'm gonna go with Brett Favre 4.
I'm gonna go Albert Pujols 5. He was 5, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm gonna go with him. Like Brendan said, they did add Julio. I don't know. For some reason, nobody really still. It's weird in sports. Like what you're seen as when you first come in the league is how you will always be seen. So nobody still respects Ryan Tannehill. So nobody expects anything from Ryan Tannehill. So he can go out there and have a good season, and everybody will be like, "Oh, he played pretty good." And he could go out there and stink it up, and everybody will be like, "Oh, well, he reverted back to Ryan Tannehill."
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I don't. For those reasons, I don't really see much pressure on him, but he does need to like compete for the division. I feel they won it last year, right?
Last 2 years.
Yeah, so he gotta. I feel like he should win it again. The only team I can see having a chance is the Colts, but Carson Wentz is hurt, so I don't really. It's your division to lose, Ryan Tannehill.
I give him a 2. Like he's the third. Well, he's the 4th best player on their team, and he's the 4th option. All he has to do is game manage. Like Brandon said, this team goes as far as Derrick Henry goes, and if Derrick Henry stays healthy, all Ryan Tannehill has to do is the same thing he's been doing the past 2 years since he got to Tennessee, and I think he's comfortable in that role. You don't ask him to do a lot. You don't ask him to do too much. You ask him to just hand the ball off to Derrick Henry, do some play actions to get the ball to A.J. Brown, and now Julio Jones, you're going to be straight. I think Julio Jones and A.J. Brown will make up for a lot of things, which will make it even easier for Ryan Tannehill. I think the pressure is off of him. I think this team has the 3rd best potential to win to go to the Super Bowl out the AFC, and that's due to Derrick Henry, Julio, and A.J. Brown. And they have a great offensive line.
They got a good defense too.
And they have a good defense. So I think Ryan Tannehill just has to play a role. Everybody, I think the more of the pressure is on the receivers and the running back. To be honest with you.
You said third best out of the AFC?
Mm-hmm. I do not believe in Buffalo, man. I do not believe in Buffalo.
Hey man, I mean,
Go ahead.
I feel Derrick Henry is a monster. Julio and A.J. Brown is enough. And the defense is really good.
Bro, y'all gonna stop sleeping on Josh Allen.
Patrick Mahomes is that guy. Lamar Jackson is that guy. Is that guy.
the thing I like
He's better
about
than Josh
Beasley,
Tennessee-
Stephon Diggs, and Emmanuel Sanders.
I like the
Are you
reason
serious?
I like Tennessee is because even though if you stack the box against them, they still can run the ball because they run the zone.
I'm not saying I'm not saying that Tennessee is a bad team. I'm
what
just
I was
not
saying
picking
had
them
nothing
over
to do with
Buffalo.
what you were saying. I was thinking that thought while he was talking.
I-
I wasn't coming at you, bro. Calm down.
I'm saying like this man said the third best. I don't know. I can't put them over Buffalo.
That's
bro.
not reasonable.
No, I mean
I feel
to
like-
you, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad pick.
Pass.
Kansas City and Baltimore.
I'm not picking
Hey,
Tennessee
man,
over. I'm not picking Tennessee over.
Because he's a Ravens fan.
No, it's
Exactly.
not even just a Ravens fan,
So
bro.
Baltimore
Just
look better than the Bills, like realistically.
bro, our defense would. Bro,
That's
I
one
feel-
side of the ball though.
And I feel offensive wise, I feel like we just keep. I feel like
Y'all gonna score 12 points a game.
get the hell out of here. Bro.
Y'all not gonna have much time to do much more.
Y'all run the ball the whole game.
And y'all don't have no running backs.
J.K. Dobbins is a really good running back. Gus Edwards bust on the scene last year, bro. Trust me, if anybody know, I know
That's
they
because a
got
lot of
talent.
defensive players didn't play last year. Let's be real. And they're all coming back, like y'all said, right? They had a lot of opt-outs to come back. There's a lot of teams with a lot of opt-outs that's coming back. And all that getting by is not going to happen.
If y'all looking at the Bills, like they that
Lamar's
five.
just gonna run the
I
ball
can
the
look
whole
at
game.
Baltimore and look at that. What we
Lamar's
have,
just gonna run the ball the whole
bro.
game.
I have.
Be realistic. You don't like y'all receiving core.
At all.
You don't.
You've been trying to flip
Yeah.
Marquise Brown and Rashad Bateman
That's all
since
I'm saying.
draft
When he
night.
get in trouble and he get knocked around like he was in the playoffs, what's gonna happen?
I've
He's
yet
gonna
to hear
score.
you say one good thing about Sammy Watkins.
I'm not saying
He
y'all
caught
don't
a
have
nice
good defense. It's
pass
just
in the
like,
Super Bowl.
Y'all just can't be stagnant on offense and expect y'all defense to score 3 touchdowns a game.
Look,
Exactly.
our defense,
It's still
Lamar
elite.
Jackson,
Yeah.
John Harbaugh. That's why I feel the way I feel.
That's
Hey
right.
man, I like Tennessee. I'm
And
just not.
y'all
putting
might
them in
think
the
I'm
top
crazy,
five.
but those three things,
Crazy.
I mean,
those three things, I done.
See, I don't even have Buffalo.
Two of
Man,
those
I don't
things
even have
has gotten y'all to
the
the
Baltimore
Super Bowl.
over the Browns. So we're at a loss of words right
Two
there.
of those three things have won y'all the Super Bowl.
I'm just saying,
in
like,
your lifetime. So
I
give
just
you that.
said, like,
My
y'all,
top.
y'all have seen what the Ravens have been doing over the years, and like first it was he has to win the playoff game. He gets the playoff win now. Now he's not a good passer after he done passed for 4,000 yards. I just feel like it's always something. Now it's
I'm
not
not saying he
Lamar.
wasn't a good passer. I'm just saying he don't.
Now it's not. I'm not saying y'all. I'm just
No.
saying. Like, that's how,
Just saying the narrative.
I have to defend the Ravens a lot,
Right.
believe it or not.
Okay.
So hey, it's a lot of this. Now now he don't have receivers and stuff like that. And I know we don't have no receivers at all. But y'all too also wanted me to believe in the boy at Hollywood. You sent
I
his
never wanted
workout.
you to believe.
Hollywood did his thing, but he's not a number one receiver.
I'm saying
I never
like, we got
wanted you to
him.
believe in Hollywood, ever.
I have no choice now.
I told
But,
you he
like,
wasn't that good at Oklahoma.
I have no choice but to believe in him. We got Sammy Watkins. He's not here to be the number one, but I do think he can stretch the field. When I seen Bateman went down, that like I said, I sent the group chat in a text, and that instantly gave me a headache because I'm like, dang, we can't have nothing. But they said it was a soft tissue, nothing hard, nothing serious.
Wasn't it
That's
a
the same
groin?
thing I heard from Julio. He missed.
Yeah.
basically
Yeah, wasn't
the
it a
season.
groin?
Yeah,
Good.
Yeah. Yeah, that might be a.
but he said better days ahead. He put some cryptic post up, made me feel like this dude finna miss like the first 5 weeks of the season.
He very well might.
And I'm like, oh my gosh.
For sure not playing the rest of the preseason.
Yeah, he probably not going week 3 at best.
And like,
A groin, that's a good 6 to 8 weeks.
and Marquise was dealing with a hamstring, but he cool now.
Yeah, he needs to be in like a little Russell Gage role. Like he needs at least another 1 or 2 in front of him. He's a good speed receiver, open in space. He find one-on-one with a linebacker or third, fourth cornerback. He's gonna get open. He's gonna do his thing. But like them having no real running backs and no real wide receivers.
We have real running backs, bro.
I can't give you that.
How many
Y'all
yards?
have
JK
a real
You
running
get what,
back.
700
J.K.
yards this
Dobbins,
year? You
huh?
get 700? How many yards you get?
J.K. Dobbins.
700?
But you can't do that with the Ravens because Lamar
650?
Jackson gonna give you 600 to 1,000 himself, and everybody act like that's partially because we don't have no receivers, but that's also because let's be real, who gonna stop him when he start running?
I mean, if we're being honest,
Whoever
it's
hit him
Greg
on that
Roman's
Seen him in
fault.
the playoffs.
Whoever what?
Whoever hit him on the Bills,
Whoever hit him on the Bills.
that's who's gonna stop.
Hey man, I don't know. Playoff Lamar showed that.
The Bills ain't even run away like that in that playoff window. So
But
I'm
they
not
They
scared.
did.
I'm not scared of them.
I mean,
So,
they
like,
controlled the game the whole time. It wasn't a blowout, but it wasn't close either.
I feel like all of that could be fixed. I don't
But they
feel. I
can't
don't.
go out there
I don't fear.
3 and out, 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 and then win on field goals. Y'all's field goal kicker is
To go.
I feel go kicker is the goat.
Shout out to Justin Tucker.
Ain't he like 60
Justin
though?
Tucker is to go.
Nah, Adam Vinatieri is the GOAT, first of all.
Yeah,
it's a couple times.
Justin Tucker on his way, though.
From going to,
he did keep us from
But
going
they
to a
can't.
couple of Super Bowls before.
Mm-hmm.
so that's all I'm saying.
It's like, dang,
Exactly.
hard
Y'all
been
gotta-
already.
y'all
I had to.
gotta- y'all
Why you
gotta-
took me back? You took me back to like 2010 though.
Because I was a fan. I was rooting for him.
That hurt. That's when we lost to
We were
Tom
rooting
Brady.
for you. We were all rooting for you.
We lost to Tom Brady. I think that's when.
I just feel like there's a lot of question marks. There's a lot of they don't look better than what Jameis got in New Orleans. To be honest. Like,
Who?
Baltimore.
I just feel like
Yeah,
when it comes
that's
down,
tough.
nah, I don't think
We
so.
got
We better
got a
than
better
that.
defense.
We have
We're talking
Lamar-
about offensive weapons.
We got roll ties on
Mark
defense.
my words,
Ain't
like,
that right?
The Falcons and the Saints is going to be better than a lot of teams. And I give them the Ravens. They'll be better than the Ravens.
Who?
Falcons and the Saints.
We're learning a new
Bro.
system. We still calling the same offensive plays. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. We still.
We have a
Right, I'm just
MVP
saying.
quarterback
Right,
in his
we do
prime.
too.
No,
I'm
not
fine
an
with
MVP.
that. That's not what I'm arguing. We have the fourth best. What's our schedule?
We have a fourth place
Yeah,
schedule.
y'all do have
Okay.
a fourth place schedule,
So,
and it was the AFC
really
South.
mark my
East.
words.
We play the Patriots.
Y'all play the AFC East and the NFC
And the Dolphins and
West. No,
North.
no.
Those are
North.
teams y'all losing to.
No, y'all play.
But that's
the
more of
NFC
a
North
closer
side.
fight than what y'all face.
The Falcons are
I
losing
think
to the
the
Bills,
South.
the Patriots, and the
I think
Dolphins.
Oh boy.
It is easier. Yeah.
Y'all might mess around and lose to the Jets.
Hey man, it was nothing for me for us to discuss.
You just said the
So
Falcons
it's
gonna be better
there. So
than
it's there on camera.
You just
I mean,
said
the schedule isn't tough. Y'all play the NFC East and the AFC South. AFC East, I'm sorry.
Man.
So,
Y'all go Raiders, Chiefs, Lions, Broncos, Colts.
those are
And then
dubs.
Chargers. I don't think so.
Raiders. Y'all gonna lose to the Chiefs, bro. I didn't hear anything else after
Broncos.
that.
We beat.
Lions,
Y'all can beat the Broncos.
Chargers.
Broncos, yeah.
y'all
Not all
might,
of them.
Well, that's four
Y'all
and
might
two,
lose
four
to
and
the
two,
Chargers.
4-2.
Y'all might lose to the
4
Chargers.
5-1.
Y'all could also go 3-3.
No,
It's
No.
possible.
Y'all could lose to the Raiders.
Yeah, I
I can lose to
could.
the Lions too. Mark my words.
Shut
I
up.
said,
Right.
did I not say?
bro. Why y'all
I think it
playing,
happened.
bro?
I said
Why y'all playing with the
Lions gonna be
defense?
better than a lot of people think.
Y'all do know we got Marlon Humphrey, right?
So,
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all have to
So
score
we
the
have
ball.
a whole
Y'all
defense.
You have to
score
score.
win.
That was one player.
No, I'm just saying like that's just the anchor of like defense, though. I'm just saying I could give. We got, bro.
He just wanted to say roll tide, bro. That's it. If you wanted to say that, that's all you had to
Nah,
say.
But your application's still on file.
No, I did
promise.
say. I said earlier. I said we got roll ties on our defense. Y'all ain't here.
That's how.
I heard
that's
it.
saying,
I just
like,
wanted to
goddamn.
put
I heard it.
make that
They'll
record.
always
Make
have.
that record because
I
the
just
season
said we be
starts
having good defense. We be having good defenses, and we have a top 5 defense. I feel like we're gonna clamp up a lot of teams.
And then how are y'all gonna score? How are y'all gonna capitalize off the field position? Y'all gonna kick field goals all
Watch.
the time?
Watch Lamar elevate. That's the purpose of this. Watch
Okay.
Lamar
But then he
elevate.
gets to the playoffs and what happens?
Watch.
I watch all the time.
Watch.
So,
Ain't no way in hell y'all finna disrespect my team and tell me y'all have
he
faith in
disrespects
Baker.
y'all team. Y'all
No,
had a better team last year.
Baker Mayfield's team was
y'all
better
not
last year.
finna disrespect my team and then
Nah.
come in here and tell me Baker Mayfield finna be better and lead this team
Right.
to the
But they
postseason.
are though.
They are. They have a good coach and they run a good system.
On
And
my
they have
mama.
a good
On my
defense.
mama.
Y'all still gotta beat the Steelers team
If
too.
Baker Mayfield leads the Browns higher
He did it last
further
year.
in the playoffs than the Ravens, I come in here with a Baker Mayfield jersey on.
It
Didn't
sounds-
he? Wait.
He did it already. So go and buy that jersey.
He did. He did though.
Huh?
He won a
This
first.
is
He won a
crazy.
playoff game in his first year.
I'm talking about this year, coming up this year.
But you said if he leads them farther in his first playoff run.
No, I said if he leads them further to the promised land this year.
Oh boy.
So you're saying
we'll see in January. We're gonna see.
If the Browns go further than the Ravens,
Okay.
If the Browns go further than the Ravens,
What about
I come in here with a Baker Mayfield jersey.
What about huh?
I just want to put that on record too.
Stop.
What about the division? Because they definitely gonna win the division.
We gonna win the division.
Yeah,
It
nice.
sounds good. Anyway, we're gonna move on to our goldfish memory
Y'all
segment.
hate Lamar.
We got we're gonna keep it pretty short this time. The first thing for this one, my boy, this boy Kevin got the LeBron jersey on. Well, LeBron said keep that same energy about how we suck and blah blah blah. So, how y'all feel about what LeBron said?
Go.
I heard LeBron say he's finna go into playoff mode.
No cap.
I
I heard a
I
storm
heard
was
LeBron
coming.
say, follow me in the finals. I heard
Skip
all
Bayless is.
I heard a storm was coming, and they lost to like the Knicks and the Kings and something like that.
So he can't be piped up.
I mean, he can, but
Anytime a lot of
once
other
we
people-
keep that same energy, I don't want you crying about it.
But he never cried. He
Yes,
never.
he literally always cries about it.
Now, did he respond to anybody who came after him who he said he's activating playoff mode?
Yes,
When?
he literally had the fist meme,
Fist me.
like
That
the,
wasn't
the
about that.
Arthur balled up fist.
That wasn't about that. That's a different topic.
That was?
I could be wrong,
That was a different
but
subject.
my point is, he definitely came back at people multiple times. Like this is the same dude that wrote the list after they went up 2-1 in the 2011 finals. He was sitting in his hotel room writing out a list of people he's gonna come back at. You don't think he's ever come back at anybody ever?
LeBron
that guy?
the greatest ever after what?
After what? What you mean?
After getting shut down. Like, bro, LeBron complains in the media. LeBron is the only person really in the NBA that I will say vocalizes how he feels through social media, press conferences.
Yo, boy, don't do that.
I mean,
At an ultimate level?
Kevin Durant is
we've
the
seen
ultimate guy.
LeBron ridiculously
No.
shame.
I won't say the ultimate, but I will say he's up there.
What teammates he be saying?
Shane, what? Who he shamed his teammate? What he shamed his teammate?
LeBron shamed all his. We
What
need more
teammate?
talent.
He
We need
told-
better this. We need better that. They're
We're
not
top
good enough.
heavy.
The guys not good enough in the locker. Like,
What's wrong with none of that is disrespecting
team
your
shaming.
teammates.
When James Harden said it, they
Shame,
literally
publicly.
tried to get him out of there the next
yeah,
day.
that is publicly shaming.
How? With top heavy?
When James Harden said we're not good enough to win, everybody was like, "Well, he's done." And then they said, "Nah, don't come back. We'll work on the trade." But when LeBron says we're top heavy, everybody was like, "Well,
We're not.
they
good
need
enough.
more
We
help."
don't have enough talent. This is after an off season that he brought. He pretty much handpicked every person that was there.
Y'all gotta run. Y'all
Right?
run
Isn't
away
that
with
what you
this
say?
narrative.
LeBron handpicks his players so he won't have to.
Hey
mentor
man,
them.
I'm not running away with any narrative. I'm
You
just
did
waiting
say
until
that.
the
Yes.
off. I'm waiting until
was
the
this-
season is
Every year, LeBron handpicks
Every year
his
he
players.
constructs his team.
Yes.
Yes.
Every year, LeBron is handpicked.
every single year.
Since he been
Yes,
winning,
every
yes.
year.
Since he left, when he came back to
Even
Cleveland the first
time.
second
In
time.
Miami, he
Derrick
constructed
Rose,
the
he
team.
handpicked Isaiah Thomas, he handpicked D.
That's
Wade,
why he
Shane.
left, because Pat Riley wouldn't
Yeah,
let
he
him
picked
construct
IT
the
is
team
crazy.
anymore.
Man, what?
I think it's.
They got the
I
best
think
trade out of Kyrie at the time.
I-
They thought IT was gonna come back healthy. They didn't handpick IT.
Dwayne Wade
They got
chose
IT
to
and
go
Crowdy
there.
out that trade.
So
So
you
LeBron
think they
has
was
no
sending
say
those
ever.
trades to?
They make it seem like
GM?
LeBron
What
is
was the
just
best
all
trade you were gonna
powerful.
get out of?
So,
I mean,
Kyrie
but-
at
he
the
would just
time?
come to
I'm not
anything
saying that
LeBron's
they
doing
were gonna
with-
get
Huh?
a better
Have no
trade,
say.
but he literally picked that trade. He said that's the trade I want to pick. If there was another
said
trade,
that?
So you think
When did he
LeBron would
say
get a
that?
point guard and
Wait.
he had no say?
But
You said
y'all,
what?
y'all
You
do
think
this with
LeBron would get a point
LeBron.
guard and have no say?
Bro,
on
y'all
it?
do this with LeBron, but y'all act like if this is the case, y'all don't think y'all boys.
Yes,
we
do.
said
We
that.
we
Okay, so
literally
what?
admit
Ones
that though.
will sit
So-
there and say he shouldn't have did that. I hate the way he done it.
Did what?
You're right.
When they
Well, I the
when-
only person I feel like I
Nothing at
legit
all.
don't like. how he do
Nothing
stuff.
at all. This man
when they
said
tried to
that-
get James Harden, that's what he's talking about.
What, the Nets?
Yes.
When the Nets tried to get James Harden, they shouldn't have.
I mean, you were the one. You were definitely one of the main ones saying that would be too much and that they should.
No, I did not say that.
You
I was
definitely-
like, y'all like to say
You
about
definitely
LeBron.
no. Can I finish? You definitely said they should keep the pieces that they had. They would be doing too much. That Jared Allen and Karis LeVert and all those other people. That would be a better fit for them.
Yes,
than
the
trade.
team. I'm not, but I'm talking about the super team perspective. Everybody kills LeBron for doing super teams and stuff like that. But
Well,
nobody kills
I mean,
players when that stuff happens.
Well,
and
no,
I'm not
that's
just talking about
extremely
KD.
incorrect.
And the only
because
person
they definitely were trying to kill KD for getting Blake Griffin and LaMarcus Aldridge. So I'm not hearing that. But
once James Harden got there, that's when they came.
But
was, like,
was
well,
AD
damn.
not on the team when they got Russ, Carmelo, and everybody else?
Yes, but the Nets was last year, bro. This is this year. That happened this year. I'm
So
talking
was
about last
so
year.
was Anthony Davis on the team when they were trying to get Kawhi and Giannis? Yes or no?
Bro, you're not understanding my point.
So what's the
Not
difference?
One time have I sat here and said LeBron doesn't get super teams or is like.
I'm not saying you
I'm
specifically. I'm
saying
saying the general narrative is it's okay for LeBron to do it, but when anybody else does it, it's an issue.
I think it's the fact that everybody, it's like it's not okay for LeBron. It's like he get all this criticism for everything.
I just feel like you ignore
like
everybody else's criticism.
Because I don't think Kawhi gets the criticism that LeBron gets when he does stuff.
Kawhi
like that.
doesn't.
I mean, but let's be real. There's really only 3 people out here building their team: Kawhi, LeBron, and KD.
Yes, and all 3.
I think Kawhi's the only one that gets the. KD's gonna get.
Yes,
but Kawhi gets the pass. I feel like LeBron is the scapegoat because of how he did it.
I think everything basketball is wrong with LeBron. Everybody bashing LeBron basketball. I don't hear basketball decisions. KD, nobody really bashed KD about anything
They
basketball related besides Golden State, bro. Everything they talk bad about KD is personal because he's a crybaby.
They literally got
everything like that. Relationships.
That's true
and
because
stuff,
we
bro.
only.
But like when it comes to basketball standards, my guy, I'm not being a hater or biased. I'm just being for real. He's judged differently when it comes to basketball with certain things than LeBron.
There were literally people saying it was dumb for him to go to Golden State. Then when he left Golden State, they were saying, "What are you doing? You're stupid. Why would you leave Steph Curry and Klay Thompson to go build your own team?" So it's literally you can't win with KD.
I didn't hear none of that. I didn't hear none of that.
I heard it on First Take and Undisputed. Literally.
I heard when he moved there, it was the dumbest. It was the weakest move of all time because you lost to this team. You was up on this team 3-1. They came back, beat you, and then that summer you told Russell Westbrook you would stand 2 weeks or 2 days, whatever the story was. You leave to Golden State and you partner up with a 2-time MVP, the first ever unanimous MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, top 5 shooter all time, one of the great coaches in the league, Andre Iguodala, a team that already won the championship, yada 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 yada. So that's the only scrutiny I heard. And then you hear about the MVPs where you say Steph should have won 1. That's the only other scrutiny I hear. And then you hear KD can't lead by himself and stuff like that. So yes, that's probably what brought him to leave Golden State and also you hear he was crying because they was saying that's still Steph's team. He came to Golden State with the thought he was gonna win championships.
So
that was gonna be his team.
A lot of topics, right?
You know what I'm saying? But that's not. No, but is that
any
as deep as bad as they talk about LeBron though? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but
that's a personal.
But we're talking about quantity over quality.
It's not really basketball. It's It's like personal stuff. But basketball stuff.
Bash LeBron about?
Huh?
What if people bash
everything, man? The man can't do nothing.
Name something. You can't just say that's weak. You can't list everything about KD and then say everything about LeBron.
The man takes a sorry team to the finals. Y'all wanna? Cause I say the same thing to y'all every time, and y'all try to.
People do. He does get in trouble for having. If LeBron went to the finals 4 times instead of 10 times, he probably would be better off than that, and he gets in trouble for stuff like that.
Yeah,
he does.
He went to the finals 10. He been to the finals 10 times. Y'all would say, "Oh, he got 6 finals losses." I would literally say that, bro.
So you just listed 14 things about KD, and then can't say 1 or 2 things.
You didn't let us finish. You didn't let me finish.
He said he didn't want to talk about it.
So the 4 and 6, the 4 and 6,
he literally said, "I say the same thing to y'all all the time."
But I went on to
4 and 6 thing is one.
I literally go on to say,
and then when I asked him, he said everything.
And then I literally go on to say,
I got you.
All right, just talk. Somebody
the 4 and 6 thing is one thing that can get him in trouble. The 2011 Mavs thing can get him in trouble.
What 2011 Mavs?
When he nutted up in the finals.
He choked. It's no hiding it. He choked. It is what it is.
Okay.
The super team thing gets him in trouble a lot.
man make a school and he's not good enough.
He did get
you know what I'm saying?
Hold on.
Why
I need
are
some
you
specifics about that because I damn sure did not hear anybody bash
I
him
got
for
into a
doing that.
conversation with an old
that was-
manager.
That was a lot. Of
Are we
people
talking
saying-
about Twitter comments?
A lot of-
Exactly. That's
Like,
personal.
That's
what I'm
let's be
saying.
real. That's
Everything-
white people who hate
Everything,
LeBron.
bro. Like we put out a
We're
movie,
not counting
we
white
put out
people
a-
who
we
hate
put out a movie,
LeBron on
they
that.
trash as soon as the movie come out. Movie wasn't even out.
I
They
mean,
trashing
Just
it.
with trash.
I mean,
That was
hold on.
actually-
Like,
Oh, okay.
so we can't give our opinion?
No, I'm just saying, like everything comes with negative connotations.
But I'm saying, like, what if we don't like the movie?
Y'all
So you
y'all
not-
refuse to
you
give the
not
man his
listed
credit.
anywhere near
Y'all
the
refuse
amount
to
of
get.
same
It's
things
like
you
it's like a
said.
lot of hate. A
What
lot of
did he say
refuse
for
to
KD?
like.
He said the Warriors, the Nets.
But no, look, bro, he'll carry the Cavaliers for his
3-1.
first 7 years, right? They'd be like, oh, he did have help. Da 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 da. He ain't carried them. He did have
So they
help.
don't
He
say the
should
same
have.
argument about
He
KD?
should have got a win. He should have got a. No,
KD
listen,
did have help.
they would have been like, he should have got a win against the Spurs, bro, in 2007 when he was only 22 freaking years old. Now you put Kevin Durant,
That boy
Russell
passionate.
Westbrook. You put
How many times
you
is-
put-
He don't argue
you
something.
put Kevin Durant. You put Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Serge Ibaka, right?
They
You
didn't
put
get
the- no,
swept.
no. Listen,
They didn't get swept.
listen.
So is that your
No,
fourth point? That's your fourth
no.
point?
Listen to
They
this.
didn't
You
get
put
swept.
them on
The,
a
the
team.
things you
You
just
put them
stated.
on a team.
The,
They lose. You gonna
the
say,
team too
well,
top heavy.
Dwayne
People
Wade,
get loud
LeBron
when
was
they say have
seasoned.
no
No,
volume.
They didn't get swept.
They was seasoned, right?
They
Or
literally
beat
took
up
the
on
big three to
babies,
6
right?
games.
Right.
Now LeBron 22 with nobody facing 4 Hall of Famers.
He realized
He
that
did that,
only
and they
had-
got a game. What are you talking about? They
Bruh,
won game
you see what
one.
I'm saying,
Wait, what
bro?
happened?
They literally
You see
did
what I'm
that.
saying? You see what I'm
Wait,
saying?
wait,
Your
wait,
scenario that you're talking about happened
But
in
that-
real life.
It's completely different, bro. You got 3 people that's now look
So-
at it. Listen to me.
But they
bro.
were
They
like
not
in their second, third year.
who? Kevin Durant them?
Yes.
No,
They was like 5 years in, bro. What you talking about? James Harden.
James
got
Harden.
traded
They
last
all
year.
got drafted the same year.
They got
Year-
drafted
like,
year after year after
year
year.
after each
Five,
other.
Okay,
4-3
so
probably. 5-4-3.
Russ was 4th, KD was 5th, James Harden was like 2nd or 3rd, like I said.
third, yeah.
You said they.
Bro.
Okay,
Bruh.
I'm sorry.
And KD was already up and coming. They was already saying KD was up there with LeBron at that time. Am I lying? Am I lying?
Yes, you are
I'm
lying.
lying.
No, they were saying
They
that.
were-
So
he
KD
the
wasn't
matchup.
top 2. They wasn't saying KD
was-
wasn't catching up. They had a whole segment during the finals about that.
They
KD
were
was
not
talking
putting
about-
KD over Kobe Bryant at that time. No, they were not. No.
Bro, come on, bro.
Kobe had just come off 2 championships. They lost
Not
the
at
next
that
year.
time, but a
let me
year
finish.
later
They
or so.
lost the next year to the Spurs, but they were definitely fresh off of going to 3 straight finals.
Melo was still
They were not putting Kevin Durant over Kobe that year. No, they were not.
Melo was the
He was top
leader.
5.
He was
I give you
top
that,
5.
but not
But
1 and 2.
He won the MVP that no.
They were still looking
Yeah,
for the
that's
Kobe.
right.
They were still looking for the LeBron Kobe finals those 2
How many
years.
later was that?
They said Kevin Durant messed it up. What are you talking
It
about?
was LeBron's fault.
So
I just had. to
It
throw
was
that-
LeBron's fault.
I-
No
you're right.
argument for me.
I just had to throw that out there.
that's 4 points.
The
What?
top heavy thing is
4
another
points.
one you just said, I guess. Just to help him out. The top heavy
Oh,
thing.
you want to help him out?
I gotta help him out because it's not the truth. Because no, he's making a point.
That'll be
No,
realistic.
listen,
We just
man,
gonna
no,
help Kevin out.
he's making points. He's
You
just
listen- but
he's
no,
making points.
realistically-
He's just so the rate. He's just jumping up.
All
and
I'm
yelling, so
saying
y'all not
is-
taking him serious.
No,
Even with that
He's making
extra
points.
help,
Points.
it's
He
still
was
No,
yelling.
because they think
to
it's
talk
funny.
about.
That's why I'm
If you
jumping
had
up
real
and yelling.
points, you
Because
would
they
just
think
use your regular voice to get your points.
No,
See, that's what I'm
because
saying.
he-
That's why y'all.
No,
No,
because what he,
that's
that's
what
what
I'm
he
saying.
like
They-
to do is act like what you not.
they
you
marking
not,
you off for
like you,
being-
like
for
you
doing
not
that.
saying what you saying and just try to act like you just
Who's
talking.
hearing what you're
See,
saying?
you're
But
marking-
you not.
That's what I'm saying.
Apparently
Look.
he is.
Keep
You're
track
trying to
of
act
what
like I'm not saying what
No,
I just
'cause
said. You
you-
do that every time.
How?
I just
Kevin-
say exactly what you asked, and then you be like, "You didn't answer the
They had-
question."
I
Like,
gave
yes, I
you 4
did.
points,
What
and
you
that was
mean?
nowhere near how many things you listed for KD.
Yeah, and
I'm
I made the distinction that a lot of the stuff is basketball related for LeBron, and a lot of the stuff is personal for KD. We could go on and on from LeBron from Cleveland, his first stint, to Miami, to the second stint, to the
Lakers.
to the Lakers, and everybody will have something to say.
The reason-
He went up 2-1 with Matthew Dellavedova as his second best player, and he was on an all-time tear.
So what
And
is
you
the
would
point?
say he was up 2-1 and
He
lost
was
at his
up
own
2-1
crib.
and had to lead in the 4th quarter and
Well,
decided to nut
that's
up in
his
the 4th
point.
quarter.
Like, I don't get it. Like,
Okay, so look.
You just
It's not my
asked
fault
what
he got
they
shut
say
down.
about
The reason
opinions.
LeBron-
That's what
the
they say
reason
about
but you
LeBron.
just sat there and said he would say that. So why
Listen,
are you directing
listen,
it towards me?
listen.
But I'm not
LeBron-
saying it's not my fault he
Like-
didn't show up in the 4th quarter.
what?
But that's
I kept
you
track
can
and
lump
said
that
he
into
had 4
2011.
points.
He doesn't show up in 4th quarter sometimes. That's my
You
issue
didn't
with
say
him.
nothing. I said you had 4 points, and that was nowhere near what you listed. It don't matter if it was personal or basketball related. You can't say
Because
10
as I
things about
kept, as I was trying to give
three
out
things
points,
about-
I kept saying I wasn't. As I was
I
trying
was
to give out the
keeping tallies.
points.
What are you talking
But
about?
it's cool.
Exactly.
It's
Let's be
cool.
realistic.
So look-
You
Nah,
see my
let's
hand
be
go-
realistic. Like I just
kept
got
tallying. Who else was keeping
Yeah,
tally and giving you credit? Nobody. You didn't even
Bro.
keep tally of what you said. You just
Hey,
said
man.
you didn't know you
because
said a
every
lot.
conversation going everywhere. Because 1 point.
But then he said we don't allow him to speak. keep track of what you're
Listen,
saying. Then
listen,
like I
listen,
can't.
listen,
doing exactly
I
what I
can't
said
sit
he
there and
was
mark
doing.
anything if you don't remember what you said. Like what?
Listen,
I
listen.
gave you 4 points.
Hey man,
Just a
Control
quick
the-
intermission. My
control
boy
the
Justin
narrative.
Fields led a comeback win. They won 20-13. He was 14 for 20, 142 yards and a touchdown. Also had 55 yards on the ground. 33 yards on the ground. So, shout out to him.
with that being said, we got one last segment. To pick the ending, this should be fun. The next big quarterback that's gonna get paid, Lamar Jackson or Baker Mayfield. I say Lamar. Because he already got an MVP. He did get a Super Bowl. A playoff win. So I mean, he done it already. So Baker looked good one season, but he has to show it over the course of another season. And Lamar has shown. I ain't gonna say consistency, but not in the playoffs anyway. But he's been there. So he's one of the best up and coming quarterbacks. So I feel like he should get paid before Baker.
They got.
I got for Baker.
They have to pay Baker Mayfield.
He doesn't.
OBJ is coming back. That's the.
He gonna
the
get
thing
paid.
That they're
But I'm
selling.
saying,
He not gonna get paid before Lamar though.
right,
He can't get paid before Lamar.
Okay.
He can't.
I said-
Yeah.
I mean, he might sign. Well,
Their
technically
whole
he
thing
can.
that
He
they're
can.
selling
came out in the
league
same
and
year.
The city
Yeah.
on is.
yeah.
We're gonna show y'all a show.
But I
Literally, they said the only person that's running routes with Baker Mayfield in practice is OBJ, untouched. They're working on that for a reason. Like, what are you paying Lamar for?
Because Lamar is the offense.
Yes. He
Lamar is
already
literally
got
the
an
only
MVP.
thing that keeps them moving. You can move with without
Okay,
Cleveland.
This man gets so disrespected. Lamar
I'm
gets so
saying
disrespected.
Cleveland
It's
is.
not disrespect. I ain't saying nothing about him that was bad. That's
No,
just,
I get
like,
what you're saying, but
Like Baker Mayfield and OBJ is the show. They were brought together. Like that was for
Okay.
the show.
We're not saying that Baker
he has
is
yet
not
to
going
show
to
he
get
can
paid.
perform well when Odell Beckham is on the
Odell's
field,
been hurt.
which goes back to what I said. Even when he wasn't hurt, they wasn't clicking. He wasn't getting the
How
ball.
long were they
Odell,
playing?
it
How long
doesn't.
they played
It
together?
doesn't matter,
You're
bro.
right. But you
They
just
was
said that
listen.
in
No.
Carolina, somebody
What
got
I just
enough
said
time
is
to be
Odell
acquainted.
and their egos is not gonna collide because when he was on the field, he wasn't getting the ball. He had something to
But
say.
you can't
Nah,
have
I
first.
ain't gonna say
So
that.
he did not have something in the minimum games that when they played. He didn't have something
last
to say
year
at
they
first.
last year they was doing
Y'all gotta
really
get
good.
acquainted to each
So
other.
he didn't have. So
Which is
I'm
what
just
they're
saying.
doing right now.
If he tears ACL, they was gonna go crazy because
If-
they was doing really good
That's
last
what
year.
like.
No,
I
they
feel like
wasn't. They
Baker
got better
exploded.
after
Yeah,
Odell
Baker,
got
Yeah,
hurt.
Baker exploded after Odell. got hurt.
I
They
know
wasn't
what
really
I'm saying,
working
bro.
well.
They wasn't working
They didn't
together.
have
To
no
me-
time to get acquainted with each other.
Hey man,
But I'm still gonna say Lamar's gonna get paid before him because he's basically the more important to the offense than Baker Mayfield is. They're both important, but Lamar is the offense. Like
Lamar
What
is
you saying?
23 years old. He came into the league and came into the league and then start the season, got them to the playoffs, just solely off his legs when he wasn't
Baker
ready.
Mayfield just
Couldn't
did the
expect
same
it. No,
shit come-
Baker
we're
Mayfield
talking
just
about-
got to the
we're talking
playoffs
about
last
the
year and
Browns.
just had a good season.
Okay, and
Lamar
you can
Jackson
say the same
came
thing about
in.
Lamar's season.
No, Lamar came
Baker
in.
Mayfield has
No.
improved every
Like,
year
is
he's
it-
been in the
like,
season.
bro, what are we talking
nah,
about?
he dropped second year.
Yes,
Well,
he
he had this
failed
sophomore-
miserably second year.
I'm just saying Lamar is the guy that if you don't sign him, it's a bust for the Ravens.
Right.
Yeah,
The
I'm
Browns,
just
he
you
going?
can. What you mean?
Where's he going?
It don't matter where he go. If he say I want to be
He's
free
not
agency,
going
they gonna panic.
Somebody's gonna pay him. It
Yeah.
was the same.
Somebody's gonna
That's
pay
just how
him.
free agency works.
You're gonna
They're
pay him.
You're gonna have to overpay
If
him.
you think Lamar Jackson just got not gonna get paid by the Ravens and just be a free agent for more than 2 weeks.
Yeah, I feel like Lamar deserves his money, but I don't think he's gonna get it before Baker, just because it's gonna be harder to negotiate with Lamar because he has more leverage. So Baker's really not coming off of much except for one playoff win. So it's gonna be easier to get to the table with Baker. Plus, I'm more than sure he knows that he's not the driving force of this offense. It's the Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt show. You're just there. So I feel like if he can accept that, I feel like that all of that will be the perfect storm for him to get paid. But I don't know how much money he deserves, to be honest. Like, I guess it's the market, and the next man up, all that, but you're still gonna have to put a team around him, and if you overpay him, you're not gonna be able to put solid pieces around him. So I think he needs to go in with that mindset. But I mean, it's hard to tell somebody that on their first contract that you should be thinking about your team. So, but yeah, I feel like
I get that perspective.
I know. Well,
Cause my bad.
Go ahead.
I was just saying because Lamar. Well, you said the question was get it first, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like not deserve it first, because like I get that perspective because Lamar do have better credentials than Baker Mayfield, so he's gonna get more money, so it makes it harder for them to pay first. But I was just assuming that Lamar would get paid first because
he deserves it.
He deserves it, and Baker Mayfield has to prove it again in the second year. That's what I was saying. The biggest difference between them, like Lamar has been improving every year. You know, Baker was straight, and he was horrible, and he had a really good year after Odell got hurt. So that's my whole premise, is that now you got to show you approve with Odell, and you can do it again. That's what my whole premise is about the Browns, with his contract and about their season.
I got a really quick pick, the second one. Should they do the Field of Dreams game every year?
Yes.
I don't think
Yes.
every year.
No?
Yeah, I kind of think it's going. I think it's going to lose the
Steam.
Yeah,
And it's only allowed to the Iowa residents anyway, so it's like
I think that might have been just a this year thing.
like it should be like maybe like every 5, like an anniversary, like an actual anniversary thing, not like every year. It's not
Yeah,
like
I think it's going. I think it's going to water it down. I feel like they should figure out. Don't they do like the little league thing?
Yeah.
Like the little.
if they could like
what's
recreate older stadiums and like do that every year, like they rotate from like the Field of Dreams to like the Polo, like if they can recreate the Polo Grounds and stuff like that would be cool. Or,
That
like,
sounds-
one time the Braves could, of
Like-
course we couldn't return back to Turner Field, but if they could set it up that way,
Right. Like
different
Ebbets
things-
Field and stuff
yeah,
like that.
stuff like that, Expo Stadium, like stuff like that would be kind of cool. Like they just pick classic stadiums to recreate every year. So like say I think they said it took them a couple years to make the Field of Dreams Stadium. Maybe the next 2 years they work on Polo Grounds. So that way in 2, 3, 5 years they have a Polo Grounds game, and just like it would be cool if they find something like that.
Yeah, I saw.
Field of Dreams every year.
I saw a meme with Steel Stadium from Backyard Baseball. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, like,
What
that
a-
would be kind of cool.
Huh?
What a way to end the show with the Yankees getting with an L.
Yes.
Okay. No better way that I could think of.
Okay.
This man swore they was gonna win too.
I was piped. Fell asleep for one inning, bro. I fell asleep for one inning.
The best one.
The best one.
One inning, guys. I fell asleep for one inning
They play again today.
and wake up to that.
Your fault.
This is what happens when your team sucks.
I can't catch a break with these guys, bro.
Anyway, well, that concludes another episode of your favorite podcast, Not Another Sports Podcast. Make sure you tune in next week. We're talking college football and high school football. I'm telling you, football season is here. And anyway, I'm one of your hosts, Brandon, and make sure you follow me on all those social media sites. Ever was there.
And this is Kevin. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Vice City Kevo, and be on the lookout for my album High Mamba 2 on the way. Make sure you go stream Everlasting with me and my boy Key Don't Play. Check out my boy 05 Kid on the album. Videos coming soon.
Yes, sir.
Yes, indeed. This is Jordan. You can follow me on Twitter at this_guy11, on Instagram at _this.
You got it.
_this guy 11. Yeah. And you can follow the sports pages on Facebook and Instagram at Not Another Sports Podcast, and on Twitter at N_A_S_podcast. You can watch us every Saturday on YouTube at it's Cool Telly on YouTube, and then you can also listen to us on all audio platforms by searching Not Another Sports Podcast, the black and red logo.
And if you in Atlanta, make sure you go vote for our boy and vote for Cool TV as one of Atlanta's hottest podcasts out there. Link is in his bio on his Instagram. Y'all go run that up and go click and vote.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Y'all not.
You can follow me on Twitter at @not_Earl.
Stream my music.
Are you gonna tell them who you are?
Kid.
Name of the album.
Oh,
This
shit.
man
Rookie
here.
season.
See, this one.
Oh my
Go
God.
listen to Sean, please.
This
Even
man
though
hitting it.
it don't sound like he wants you to go listen to him.
Self-promotion. Self-promotion.
That man said, "Listen or not, I
Listen.
made it."
And with all that being said, make sure y'all wash your hands. Make sure y'all being safe out
Dirty
here.
asses.
Black Lives Matter.
Every time.
And go Gators.
Roll Tide. Chop 'em. Go Hawks.
Go Yankees.
Or the